Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous Tuesday.
Didn't see you there.
Didn't see you come in.
Why, hello.
Fab, short for Flesh and Blood, the TCG that took 2020 by storm.
Seemingly.
And I'm super excited because we're still just playing Sealed, which is like my favorite way to play a card game.
What a good day, right? It's such a nice, refreshing thing. And I think here's the thing to know about Sealed and to understand about this game and the Sealed version of it is that if we feel a sense of relief coming into a Flesh and Blood stream where we know that we just have to do Sealed and have a good time with it, that's a similar relief that a play group is going to experience too, right? So like, you come into Marvel Champions and it's like, okay, Heroic 1, let's go. Let's get ready. We got to get our decks built and kind of figure out the pairing that we want to take on these villains. We come in here today, no preparation, just 4 packs, man. 6 packs, and open them up, play some Flesh and Blood, and do it again.
It really is the strength of the format, but also the game itself, which is, there is definitely, like a lot of times on Throwback Thursdays, this week, fortunately, we're playing Destiny, which is not that old, and it's a game I spent a lot of time playing, so that'll be a little fresher.
Remember the rules?
I think so. We'll feel it out on Thursday. I'm not going to do any primary, but like normally, what did we throw back to last week? It must have been good.
No, it was important. It wasn't overpower. It was.
Oh, we didn't. It was Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving. We threw back to.
In my brain, I was just like, man, what did we throw back to? The week before that was something interesting.
We had it loaded. We had the full deck loaded.
Oh, we had Skytear.
Yeah,
Skytear. Yeah. No wonder I couldn't remember it. Well, now I don't feel so
didn't
bad.
do it. You can't remember.
Anyways,
it didn't happen.
No, on Thursday, you have to learn a whole new rule set. And there's, even like Ashes, when we're doing Ashes streams, a lot of times it's like, we got to build decks. And like, that is something I'm not good at yet. But the low barrier on Sealed and then the game itself is just built. It's not super like, once you know what you're doing, like you can kind of play, you can either decide to play really good and use your brain, or you can just lean back into it. And like in Sealed, there's not as many
players
stakes.
Are doing the same, yeah.
So like, I just feel like I can really relax my way into it.
What's up, Samuel Slager? Hey guys, glad to catch you live again. I'm wondering if when you plan on trying Fab constructed format. A great question. Isn't there a timeline? Don't we have something planned?
So my plan kind of all along was we were doing Blitz for a while because we had I basically had a case of the first 3 sets. And so we didn't really have enough to do full constructed. And then we were waiting on Unlimited to come out. And then once it came out, we had access to Sealed again. So basically, all the product I bought a case of Welcome to Rathe and I think 3 boxes of Arcane Rising. Don't ask why.
Why would you do that? Why would you do one less?
It's because I ended up with an extra box of Arcane Rising for some reason.
Oh.
We had an extra box.
Just found one?
Yeah, I think that we got
in the inventory room, just found one.
We started somewhere with an extra box of something. I don't remember why. Maybe it was like damaged. I don't remember how I ended up with it. But anyways, I wanted to have an even number of boxes.
Right.
To answer a constructed question though, so we wanted to wait to get Unlimited to do full constructed because we need more cards. But also since we were going to be opening product, we thought we'd really explore Sealed of the first couple sets now that we know how to play a little better. Mm-hmm. So my kind of brain space was supposed to get Arcane Rising, I don't even know what day it is anymore, a week or 2 ago. I didn't end up getting mine because we got allocated a little bit, and I'm at the back of that line. So waiting to get that in. But the plan for the rest of 2020 is to basically finish it out with Sealed of both set 1 and 2, and then come into January ready to actually like fully explore constructed.
2021.
2021.
The year of constructed.
Wait, 2020 is not just going to keep repeating like Groundhog Day?
Oh my gosh, it'd be the worst movie on earth. The Flesh and Blood logo, by the way, is popping. It's very good. Every time I look at it, even on our website, it's very good.
They set, especially on the packs though, like they set the red on the like brown. So yeah. It does a nice job.
Red on brown,
being overstated,
classic.
But anyways, coming to January, full constructed, leading into Monarch in March. So we basically have 2.5, 3 months of time that is going to be, we have a decent number of the cards that we can play full constructed with, and that'll be fun just to kind of like really hone in on some decks. And then, of course, spoiler season will hit. I don't know when that's going to start for Monarch, but excited about it.
Man.
And we'll go from there.
That's going to be great.
Go back to Sealed for a month or 2, then do more constructive with Monarch, then go to the next set, and then we'll rinse, repeat.
It's a classic format, really. A classic formula, isn't it?
Austin Whetstone saying, are you guys legitimately streaming in Tulsa?
Absolutely.
We are. 71st and EO.
Right here.
Yeah.
You can come look in the window. We're not open, but
You can look, I
You
guess.
can see this tiny
We really
little
shouldn't. I don't want to encourage this
shotgun room.
activity. Russell House saying, any plans to throw back to Warhammer Champions? I like that game.
Ooh,
as brief as
yeah.
it was. I was talking with Robert about this just the other day. He said he found his decks
his
and
decks.
he was willing to lend us his creepy vampires for the stream if we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I still have 2 decks, I think, in my shelf in there. We will
I
throw
actually
back to that
kept
at some point.
1 or 2.
What was the name of that guy you really liked? The sea
The
thing?
aspect of the sea.
The aspect of the sea?
Yeah. I love the sea. And aspects, I guess. Wizards.
I saw a lot of people, let's see.
Magic.
Metaphor saying, I tried to place a big order of Arkham accessories from the Netherlands. I used my girlfriend's and it got denied.
Yeah, so sometimes we process.
I don't know if that's good.
We process with Stripe, which is essentially kind of like it's the real processing for the internet. And they will flag like weird transactions and stuff like that if you're trying to use different cards, because they're trying to prevent people who have stolen credit cards and some of them have been canceled, or they're stolen numbers, some have been canceled, and you keep trying different cards to get through. So just reach out to Robert there on support.
You can use the contact form on the website.
We got various ways to verify you're a real person. It's weird. It's hard to do. You guys realize how hard it is to verify that somebody's real these days? It's like, what information could you have about you that a hacker couldn't have about you?
It depends on the level of security you need, right?
And what level, not in what level, but what would I know as a business about you that a hacker couldn't also know about you?
Yeah. And that's why you see, like, it depends on the level you need.
Favorite color?
Sometimes people will be like, tell us your social security number to verify it.
Oh my gosh, nobody would do that, right?
Government would do that.
Right.
But then there's things.
But their social security is like candy. I mean, everybody's got your social security is all over the dark web.
Well, like the government will be like social security, date of birth, and then it's like, here's 3 questions. Like, which of these streets did you ever live on? And it's like, that was my street address when I was 12.
Right.
Like, how
Still in there though.
It is. Sure is. I almost just started saying it. It's like, I shouldn't say that. You might be trying to hack me out there. But
as an example, what is your social security?
Did you ever see those commercials for it was the service that basically would prevent you from getting hacked like that, identity theft? And the guy, literally the commercial was him, the founder, saying, this is my name, this is my address, this is my social security number. Yeah. And then he got hacked. Like they couldn't prevent him from getting hacked. It was amazing.
That's so good.
But there's services where it's like, phone verification is pretty legitimate, because once you associate a person with a phone number, if it's accurate up front, it's unlikely someone's going to have access to my phone unless something went wrong.
Yeah,
but
certainly they would know. If my phone got lost, they would know.
Different. Samuel here saying, by the way, I wanted to catch some of these. Can't wait to see us try and constructed, loving Seal and Blitz in the meantime. Yeah, I'm excited. I've been deck building on the deck builder because I'm kind of getting prepped for it. House of Mysteria saying, I'm watching Seal provide so many useful tips for new players. I know a lot of people are jumping into the game right now and asking how to go about deciding which hero to pick when playing Sealed. Feel it out.
Feel it out. Just feel it out. Following up to you, Mephistor, we'll look into that. I'll make sure that happens. Whatever policies or processes we have now are not sufficient in this case. So I'll follow up after the stream to make sure that gets sorted out. Because you'd be a very awesome hacker at this point to come to a live stream, say all of this.
that would be
just to
very
get some
impressive.
Arkham products. I mean, a hacker who just wants Arkham products is also a pretty special kind of hacker.
Honestly, if anyone's watching this and that ever happens to you, you can always contact us and we'll try to sort it out, even when possible. Metroplex asking a question here. Will you ever sell not full sets of your tokens? Like, I just want to buy some extra exhaustion tokens for ashes, etc. We used to do that. But as the number of products we made and the lines that we supported grew, we found that in 99.9% of the cases, we designed sets to be everything you would need. Like if it's a player set, everything one player needs, so on. But in 99% of the cases, we were stocking a ton of products for very, very, very few people actually coming through wanting that kind of stuff. Logistically, it just became way too wide for us to actually handle that and have it be worth actually having around. So we ended up cutting it in the name of focus.
It goes back to the manufacturing side too. Right, obviously the more different SKUs you're trying to maintain, the higher the costs are of those individual SKUs, and the greater the chance of error whenever you're placing an order for 16 different SKUs versus 2. So there's a lot of good reasons why you'll see businesses consolidate down into single offerings like that. So That's why we do it.
Yeah. Plus, for new people approaching as well, they'd come and they see a wall of products when they go to look at like what it is, and so it's like that is also they're like, do I need to buy any of these extra wires and cords and stuff?
How many
Not
do
that we
I
still
need?
into those things. John saying thanks for the boxes. He got 2 legendaries.
Ooh,
Congratulations.
nice. Hoping to pull some myself.
Jared saying, hey, my boosters are coming in tomorrow. Will I only get young heroes?
You'll get them all.
You get them all.
You'll get them all. Unless you bought like a la carte boosters, like maybe 3 of them. But a whole box has like the whole spread of all the tokens.
If you just buy random packs. Samuel saying, it hurts my heart that Destiny is now a throwback game. Such a sad end for it. Yeah, I was putting decks together because we're going to be playing on Thursday, and it was just like, oh yeah, this game was fantastic.
You know what though? In the grand scheme of sad ends to games, did it get to set 9?
Yep.
That's not bad. I mean, like, Star Wars TCG went radio silent. Monpok went radio silent. At least you got a blog.
Star Wars CCG was like, we're losing the license. Print,
Yeah.
gone. That's why some of those, like the Death Star 2 set, I think, was underprinted for that reason. They were basically just squeaking it out at the end of the license. It actually almost, it's so actual Destiny. We'll probably end up talking about it on the podcast this week or next. But
like the game's Destiny?
So much about Destiny was like a series of unfortunate events. Should have been the subtitle. Star Wars Destiny, a series of unfortunate events.
It's almost beyond a series. What would you call a series that has too many parts to simply be a series?
2020?
Like, I mean, it's literally like nothing went smooth. No. Not a single thing about that game went smooth.
From the day they announced it, and the reaction was like, But the end, so we almost got a beautiful end to the game, right? Earlier in the year, they were like, hey, the game's going to be ending. We had set 10 done. Set 10 called Wild Horizons. That was the one that Andrew, the former head of studio, promised would be like the game-changing set.
I mean, Wild Horizons is pretty exciting.
And it was supposed to be crazy. And it was like, we aren't going to be able to release this. But what we're going to do instead, we're going to have the final World Championship in May. That's a send-off for the game. And then, over the summer, we're going to release Wild Horizons as an organized play kit that you can basically buy a full set of the set by participating in these events. And then 2020 happened.
Yeah, COVID.
But it was basically like, I remember talking back, we were at, we had a last regional in January or February for the World Championships that were coming up. And we went out afterwards and we were talking about Wild Horizons and stuff. And I was like, well, it is sad, but like, honestly, at least we get one last World Championship. Everyone gets together. We can have a good time there. And then we get this last like local thing, which is like, we all come together and be excited about the new set coming out. 2020 had
essentially the equivalent of Luke throwing the lightsaber, right? Isn't that really how that game ended? It's like you had so much hope, and here was the moment, and then
you haven't seen Rise of Skywalker, otherwise you would know how that game ended, which is about how that movie went. It actually is. I feel like Star Wars Destiny is the Kylo Ren of the sequel trilogy. At the very end, looks like he's finally going to have his moment, and then he just gets tossed off a ledge.
Well, now I don't have to watch it. Patrick Latch is saying, how about some TC Dash for the war gamers here? We'd love to do that, Patrick. We'll get into a lot more of that stuff when we get our physical store going. I'm
just going to scroll to the bottom because I'm never going to catch
up. We're looking at a new logo too. We really are not, have never been, well, are you ever pleased? That's when I'm coming to terms with the fact that I don't think we're ever going to be pleased with much of anything. That keeps you fresh. It keeps your fires burning.
I was extremely pleased and excited about the first logo when we first got it.
The very first Spade logo?
Yeah. But then you start using it and it's like, oh, here's all these problems. It doesn't look good small. It doesn't fit into a box. It's hard to print this texture on a shirt, et cetera.
Negative space looks like ovaries.
That was a feature. Yep. That was intentional. Do you not know that?
That was in the prompt you sent the artist, wasn't it?
That's right.
Second logo we were amped about too there for a little while. But nothing lasts forever.
I mean, the logo we have now is fine.
It's fine.
I liked it at first. Van, episode 9 is one of Zach's secret security questions.
Spruce that up.
That's nice.
We're looking at fab tokens. They're in the pipeline. They're in Asana. They're in the task management system. The task is there. We're looking at them. Jonathan's researching them. The thing that I'm having trouble, I refuse to track. I shouldn't say this out loud because we might end up doing it. But I don't think it's right to track 40 health with tokens. I know we do it in Champions, but this is a more cerebral, fast-paced game. I don't want to be like doing quick math with my tokens. So there's got to be a better way. You don't want to use dice. You don't use like one, like Dragon Tears or something. You don't, pen and paper is what we did in Spoils.
Not using a dial.
No, I'm not using a dial. We could have a very nice little sheet of paper shipping with every set.
You just want to make an
just,
app?
Just 40.
Can we digitize this whole
38.
thing already?
I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure it out though.
I will say that's like the most. We're gonna make that fantastic, whatever it is. So it's given the state of the world, I'm not exactly in a rush either, because like who knows when people are gonna be able to play regularly in person. But ultimately, I want our whatever we do that's gonna be compatible with Flesh and Blood to be
I do too.
like ideally the best thing we've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
No pressure.
Well, somebody convinced Zach to invest in metal. I said it earlier.
That was not going to be a difficult case. Anyways, Dydra asking a serious question here. Do you think your UK hub will be ready to distribute Monarch via the hub? Interested in the sweet TC promo. So
it's likely. I'd say it's
possible.
pretty likely. I mean, we're supposed to enter testing late December, January, software-wise.
Given what we just went through with holiday tokens, I'm nervous to promise anything. All I will say is that we will make that happen as fast as possible.
Man, that would be great. I would really love that.
And if you are signed up and you're in the UK, I think to make sure this is
we'll
technologically
automatically
possible.
update that, yeah, 100%.
Not even that, but we'll either do that and or at least communicate with people that this
we'll talk to you.
Here. Yeah, we'll let you know. So,
or you can catch us any day at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
That's right.
And ask us any questions you'd like. Speaking of, I do have one here from Biscotta 77, which I think is relevant. Which is more strategic? Now, of course, we can argue over the term because, as
I think
we do.
we can have a productive conversation here.
Ashes Reborn or Flesh and Blood, which is more strategic?
So, if you want to talk strategy and tactics, right? To me, like tactical in this kind of a game is like turn sequencing, action sequencing, making good exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
Like
odds. There's risk management here in this one too, because like if there's a lot of games where if he doesn't have a 3 shield in hand, which does happen, I can win the game right here. And do you push the gas then or not? All right, Ashes is more strategic in the way that I do think like chess is strategic. We've talked about this many times, that there's a lot less variance in the way that your game is going to play. Because you start with
very little.
You start with 5 cards that you want. You have spells that you're putting down that are going to give you access to the exact same tools turn after turn after turn. And you kind of know your matchups, and that you see what they can do by the end of the first turn, they see what you can do, and then it's kind of about working that out and pushing the dominoes at the right time.
I mean,
Flesh and Blood is a lot more like in the moment, like every turn is a new discovery.
Sure.
Every turn is a new idea.
More tactical in that way.
Way more tactical.
Yeah. I mean, I think Ashes, what I'm trying to figure out on the strategy question is like, which game rewards deck building, honestly, more? And then like playing to your built-in strategy. And so like, that's where like, I don't think I'm at a point in Flesh and Blood where I have this like grand idea that this is how like building the Destiny decks helped me get back in this mindset, which is like, I remember going into Worlds last year and it's like, okay, this is what my deck's trying to do. I know what I'm trying to set up.
Yeah.
And then this is what it has to adjust based on its plan, based on the pairing I'm at, right? And here's the 5 top decks and here's how I'm going to adjust it. But there was a strategy, not just like what cards did I draw and like how am I executing this specific turn. So when I think about Flesh and Blood, I think part of the problem for me to answer this is like, I don't feel like I'm very good at the strategy yet.
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
And you have long term, and again, I don't know how, we can debate the words strategy and tactics, Trevor, but there is that, what you pitch and how you control your late game and building a defensive deck that plays to the late game, and those kinds of things are definitely in the game. But I just think you see so many different hands of Flesh and Blood over the course of the game. I see maybe 3 Ashes hands.
Yeah.
So it's very much like,
I think in
this
that way,
is working or not.
It is a lot more like chess.
Yeah.
Which is like, you have your strategy and then like what you do action to action. Right now, it still feels like there's a lot of play there for me. But I think at some point you get good enough where those decisions get a lot less. I think that's why I really like Destiny when it came along, because it was right after Ashes. But Destiny, you have to change what you're doing based on what you roll.
Yeah,
The-
yeah. Always
And
changes
there's always
your
the
idea.
chance
Yeah.
there. And then what your opponent rolls, same thing. Whereas in Ashes, it really doesn't matter what you roll. You can get to
Yeah,
what
that's
you
true.
like,
That's 100%.
You can get to what you want to get to.
It just might be a little more annoying.
Yeah, you might have to take a little more time with your side action, but it's almost it's very that's more of a are you willing to sacrifice late game life in exchange for this? Anyways, I think that there is less tactical room to maneuver in Ashes once you're good. If you and your opponent are not like super experts, I don't think it matters much.
If both players are good, it's a one mistake game like chess is.
Yeah.
Like if you let them take a piece without any kind of consequences, you're gonna lose the game.
Yeah, it feels a lot more like chess.
Yeah. Which I never expected.
Whereas Flesh and Blood it's not quite, but it feels more like poker to me.
Poker,
'Cause
even
it's
in the
like-
Netrunners vein, like every turn, you kind of have the same situation, but it's changed slightly from the last time you looked at it. So like,
Yeah.
now is their equipment busted? Have they used this thing already? Did they just play a potion? Like now I've got to adjust my.
Well, and I think in Flesh and Blood, it's like the element when you stop just looking down and you're looking at what your opponent's got going on is like, okay, I can either build or keep pressuring the tempo.
Yeah.
Because there are some times when it's like, I'm looking at my hand, it's like, man, if Steven just goes for it.
Yeah,
here,
right now.
I have all 2 defense cards and a potion. Like, I can't stop this at all. Whereas other times I'm looking at it and I have 3, 4 defense reactions. And it's like, I actually want you to attack because, like,
Yep.
I need to get these
I
out of
need
my
this
hand and start
filtered through.
cycling. Yeah.
And that's when I don't.
And then you don't. And you just play a potion. It's like, okay, now I have a handful of nothing.
Handful of mashed potatoes.
You know, I think that I would say Flesh and Blood has more tactical space for you to change the outcome of a game. And it's less.
It does. You can get back in.
It's less dependent on your strategy being viable or right or well executed,
Yeah.
even though that is still there. So whereas Ashes, you build your strategy, you put the cards in, you get what you want, and it either works or it doesn't.
Yeah,
Or
it feels
straight up.
more important. The deck building actually feels more important in Ashes. Certainly your first 5 plus the deck building is like you're coming in with 80% of your game and you're putting it on the table at turn
sure.
1, right? Which is great because that's why I think it's starting to feel more and more like chess because every board starts, with all the pieces in play. And then you get to work out who's going to be better than the other person. Spoiler alert, it's me.
Is it 6 packs? Is
Here's
that the
6.
answer here?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Look, we probably read it back here, right? Did they print it back here?
I don't think they
They
put it on the
didn't.
pack. So we're playing sealed. If you're unfamiliar, 6 packs of whatever set you want. Someone earlier asked if we thought Crucible would be good for drafting. The answer is no.
No.
It's
Not at
got less cards per pack.
Don't even do
doesn't-
it.
It's not built for it at all. But Monarch's supposed to be fantastic for it.
I also, worth noting, I see some comments coming in. I do also think that as we get more and more cards in the card pool, especially because rotation isn't happening, this is going to get, your ability to hone in on a deck concept is going to get better. Like I was thinking about Brute, and right now it's like, what are the 6 attack and higher cards? You put them in a pile, and then you say, in Constructed, I kind of have room for all of these. But I think there will be a moment where like I'm playing discard Brute, or I'm playing like big swing Brute,
Sure.
or I'm playing you can't heal Brute. Like I'm trying to trigger certain stacks of abilities rather than just playing all of the different effects. I can hone in on one particular effect,
Sure.
like a hand destruction deck or those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Which I'm looking forward to.
And that's what
for sure.
both of the number of cards that have come out and our experience with it. I don't feel like I've gotten to the point where I can be that strategic. But I don't know if I don't think that's the game as much as it's just me
Yeah,
and
right.
where I'm at. Let's see.
And we're only 3 sets in.
The Nerdasium saying, do you need the original Ashes core set to get 1.5 or is it standalone? So they're doing all the products in the.
Did you take all of them?
I got it out of the. It
Zach
was in
took
the
all of our
walkway.
products. The Reborn product showed up yesterday.
So you can go to Plaid Hat's website. They have
look
them for
great.
pre-order, and they're basically redoing all the old products in this like red packaging, and it's completely updated. So you don't need anything in the past to get that. And check out the subscription we have for that, because that is literally how that game gets made.
What
we
a
have more
great
questions
spread.
about
I
that.
still am just amazed at what we're up to right now. Feels great. We got Ashes going. We got Flesh and Blood. We got Sky Tier. Sky Tier just released solo. Guys,
What else could we ask for?
we're living in a dream right now. Like these are 3 of the top games. We got Arkham and Champions just cruising. I mean, 13 years later, here we are.
We rolling. You want to give me a top down? I want to show people again what I'm doing. So this is sealed. Gonna open 6 packs. Gonna build decks out of it. Let's
Pull it back towards you a little bit
All
there.
right, great. So the first thing I do, the top of the stack is going to be the commons, and I put the generic commons. They have this like border to them, like this yellow scar for a scar. You'll see that's a generic border. I stack those together.
Good morning, David.
Then you get to an equipment, which I put here. The token's always the back card in the pack, which is like a weapon and stuff. And then it's by class, so you get to your rares. And I got a sweet rare. Look at this foil cranial crush, super rare. Super.
Oh wow, there it goes.
So I'm sorting by class, and you can see the borders have different classes here. Like open the center has a like red cloth, looks like a wrapping on like a sword. And I'm just kind of noting what I won't even really be thinking about my deck yet.
Cool. Ninja. Yeah, I'm doing the same.
You fool.
Yeah, Gojira is right. Sneakily, Arkham is the card game that's well positioned to stick around for decades. That's the kind of game that could go forever. Marvel Champions could go forever. I mean, there's just no pressure. That's why the co-op LCGs. I mean, Lord of the Rings has been out for 16,000 years. They've been printing cards before I was born. How often do you think people actually believe what I'm saying?
Hopefully not.
Thanks, buddy.
I mean, given the amount of truths that you tell, it's not an offensive statement as much as just a hopeful.
Just true? It's truth?
I don't know.
It's been going for a long time, though. I honestly thought it died 7 years ago.
I
And
think it
then
came out in 2010, 2011.
people tell me that it's still
It's
going.
still going. Samuel asking, do you have a personal favorite class character for Flesh and Blood?
I fell in love with all of them, finally.
We finally made it.
Finally made it. Wizard is the kind of thing I probably would never play.
I like Wizard.
It's fine. It's just not for me. Unless they get that sweet illusionist.
Well,
Then I'll make
you
myself
say
play
that
it.
until the right wizard comes along.
I agree. Like that water wizard. Oh my gosh, I would die. How stupid to just love one thing so much. Water. You can drink it. Speaking of, our friends over down at Nalgene Labs have come out with the finest in 1.5 liter water bottles. Nalgene made in the USA, HDPE food grade plastic, safe to drink, safe to heat up. I don't know if it's safe to heat up. I wouldn't put it in a fire. It would definitely melt.
Do you remember when that
Thank you very much, Nalgene.
sponsorship started in your head?
Hydrate your body, hydrate your life.
Jordan Hightower, there it is. It's for you. Are you saying you aren't sponsored by Nalgene? According to me, no. According to Crazy Uncle Steven.
Get legal on the phone.
I'm going to get a call someday. It's going to be terrible. Sir.
Oh yeah, what is this? Cease and desist? We do not want our...
take down all of the videos where this is referenced.
We don't want this associated with our brand. It's like, come on, guys. Yeah, you do. What's the harm? I'm getting so many Guardian cards, it's kind of building itself.
Builds itself, really?
Like it's not even, like all of my rares I think have been Guardian.
Well, great.
Are you playing Guardian?
I don't know. So one of the first things I look at, I put the armor out, and luckily I have some choices at every slot, except for the wrist.
I love Dorinthia still.
But the one class-specific one that I got was the Helm of Bison's Peak. But I got the Hope Merchant's Hood and the Iron Knot helmet, so not
I
exactly
love
sweating.
that Hope Merchant's Hood.
Sure enough. Then I like to look at all my generics. And I'll start giving me a clue as to what class I can actually support with my card pool. I love.
And are you cool now doing like doing the sharpen? What's the blade one and the pummel?
Razor Reflex?
Razor Reflex. You look at that now.
I mean, attack reactions are really good.
That kind of helps decide class. Like if I had like 4 Razor Reflexes, I would want to play Ninja or Warrior.
I'm with you.
I'll tell you that.
And like Slogism versus Nimbleism.
Yep.
If you're going Guardian or Brute, Slogism's pretty good.
Oh, flying back there.
The best kind. I include all of the Sink Belows.
Here's that red scar for a scar. the promo though.
Yeah, so this is like I have a yellow pummel, a yellow razor reflex, and a blue razor reflex.
Yeah.
2 of those are good for, I guess it's Dorinthia and Katsu.
Doesn't Razor do, is it attack actions that are cheap?
They cost 1 or less.
So you could technically run that in as classes that had, like, you know, if you had Scar for Scars and stuff, you could make those work.
What up, Dragon Bud? Saying he's dropping in to say we're awesome. Happy to see
Well,
you.
thank you. You're like my mom.
Machination. Hey guys, what set would you recommend to get started on Flesh and Blood? I see there's an updated reprint core. Am I correct on that? Yeah, so there's unlimited editions of the first 2 sets that have been made, which is Welcome to Rathe and Arcane Rising. Either of those is great. Picking a box or 2 up, you can do sealed, you can start building some blitz decks. They each feature 4 different classes, so depending on which classes you like would be the boxes. Really, it's going to be which boxes can you get. Then the next set's Monarch. It's coming out in March, and that's supposed to be an incredible place for people to start. Gunshi just sold 2 TC Scar for a Scar promos for $400.
You're welcome.
The aftermarket for this game is crazy.
You paid off your boxes.
That's insane.
Don't say we never did anything for you.
Don't say we didn't warn you. Hey, if you don't know, we have a subscription for Flesh and Blood where you can get boxes automatically with promos.
And seemingly for free. You sell the promos. Okay, now I just have a tremendous amount of Guardian cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I've got 18 Guardian cards.
That is a lot.
14 Ninja.
Yeah, that's another good thing to do.
13 Brute.
If you stack them up, you can just see what stack you have the most of. I think Guardian
13 Warrior.
Guardian's my biggest stack as well.
See, what's up with that? Why are we getting Guardian?
Well, I got a lot of foils that are Guardian. That helps.
Okay, I'm going to set these aside, and I'm going to lay out a little mosaic like you have.
That's a nice word.
Mosaic?
Yeah.
It is very nice.
It feels like it is. It's very put together.
Pro Shrink, no, nothing about Crucible going to Unlimited yet. We don't have any information on that. We're still waiting on Arcane Rising to show up. It got tropical stormed.
There was a, somewhere on the Flesh and Blood website, on the 9th layer, there was a thing that was saying there's supposed to potentially be another wave of Crucible in the US.
First edition?
Mm-hmm. Not like another wave, but like the wave that was coming got split into 2.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Because we had some come in and we put them in and we're sold out of that now.
So I've got some Brute, and I've got a Guardian helmet. Come on, it's going to be Guardian. Play Guardian. Did you get the helm?
Yeah.
You can have a Guardian off?
Just a hammer fest. Feels dangerous.
I like to live dangerously.
See how many of the good cards I got.
So here's, no problem, Pro Shrink. So here's the, here's what I'm doing. And again, take it or leave it, and leave it most of the time. But this is kind of how I'm figuring this out. So I'm looking at like Slogism, Regurgitating Slog, Nimbleism, Nimble Strike, Razor Reflex, and the hammer one. What's that called? Pummel. It's right here.
The hammer one.
And then I'm going to look at like any bigger attacks that I have. Journal Brutality is interesting to me in Sealed because, as the card says, it goes to the bottom. So like, if you get stuck in a long Sealed game, being able to churn out Journal Brutalities over and over again is phenomenal, especially if you're playing Brute. And especially if they're red. So I got Slogs for days. Nothing on the Nimbleism front. So 3 Razor Reflexes, though, says keep an eye out. And no pummels. So I kind of split the goalposts on this.
I like hearing that.
Quit listening.
No offense. So I'm looking, like I look at my Dorinthia, my warrior pool, and one of the first things I check for is like how many ways can I give in a weapon go again? Because that is critical to her strategy. And I only have 4. Not good. technically some more with like Flock of the Featherwalkers.
Yeah, she's kind of tough sometimes, and
I feel like you have to get very much the right cards.
boy, I've got some of the goods here though. Got that red sink below, of course.
Joey asking, how do tokens work in sealed? Can you play as any character? Yeah, I think you can play any basic character with their weapon from the set. Most of the time you get those things.
Yeah, so I've got essentially like a cheap stuff stack right here. And then I've got an expensive stuff stack right here. And then we've got Razor Reflex, just because it's so important. Red sink below goes in. That's just for sure. And then we've got 3 unmovables as well on our defense reactions, which are fine. They're ultimately fine. And then we've got a red nimblism, which goes in my cheap stuff stack. So you can see this is kind of like my ninja warrior likes this stack. Brute guardian likes this stack. Everybody kind of likes this stack. 2 red razor reflex is hard to say no to. This is when you're either good at sealed or you're not.
Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of a process of elimination myself. I don't think it can be Dorinthia or Katsu for me. I didn't have the right.
I don't think I have the goods for Katsu.
The Nerdasium asking, would it adding a pack or 2 of Crucible make sealed better? Yeah, I think it's great. We've done that before.
Let's just see what kind of combo wombos we got in here. Line them up.
And then I'm looking through the Brute cards now, and I'm looking at how many 6 damage attacks I have. Kind of important to his...
I've got a lot.
I don't.
I might do it then. Yeah, I've got nothing but mashed potatoes here on 1 leg tap, 3 rising knee thrusts, 1 head jab, 3 open the centers. Like, that's never gonna work.
I actually got a couple of the like I got a super rare and a rare that was the conclusion of a chain, the same chain, which is good, but I didn't have enough of the mid piece.
Yeah. I feel like Ninja is the one where if you get it. Now, but the other thing too is like Katsu with those Kodachis is naturally better in sealed, I think, than most other heroes by nature of just being able to always swing 2 attacks for 1.
The slice and dice?
So you don't really, it might not be that you have to have the perfect ninja pool, but if you have a decent ninja pool, it's a good choice. Flick Flack, not a super strong rare for me, even
I'm
though
with you on that.
I know it. You know, like you should always take it if you can.
Yeah, it's like if it's decent, and if you have the right generics, right, you don't need that many of his combo wombo train. So then what I'm doing, I'm kind of settling on Bravo with Guardian. Never going to hear me complain about that. But I'm going through and looking at neutral generic cards that don't make sense for him. Like Razor Reflex is fine, but ultimately not super synergistic. Nimblism, same thing. Because I'm just paring down what's even feasible for me.
Let's look at my 6 cost, 6 attackers.
0 cost attacks are good.
So I've only got 3 6s for Brute. Let's see what we're dealing with here, though.
Colin's saying this makes me want to open some of my packs. Michael saying, I pulled a Fabled Heart of Faendel from my bundle order from you guys.
Beautiful.
I owe you a Christmas gift card. Your thanks here is plenty. We appreciate it. Glad you got an awesome card.
7 cards with 6 cost or 6 attack or higher in the pool. 7 cards.
Total, including neutrals?
Yeah. How many would you do? 30 or 40?
30? I don't think 7's enough.
It's probably not enough.
Looks like we have our first mirror match. That'll be fun. We've never done that.
Gross.
Yeah.
Guardian v. Guardian.
We did it.
Now, you could also... It's also possible that you... Man, dude, I think I might have to play Brute, though.
Okay.
And the reason is I've got 4 Primeval Bellows, 3 of which are red.
I respect that.
Okay, this is a 0 cost, discard a random card, next Brute attack is +5. So, like, just in Sealed, being able to womp somebody for 9 to 12 with 1 card is crazy.
I like your word choice there. Being able to womp someone. You ever womp someone? It's not pretty.
I mean, yeah. And then this is actually a Brute build. It's got some Savage Swings and a Savage Feast. These are cards that work with Razor Reflex. We're working on a bad one now here. This is going to be awful. All right, let's put the cards in that matter. 2 of these red Razor Reflexes. We'll see if we need money later. I'm going to choose all the good cards. Yeah, you still take Primeval Bellow. Okay, definitely want those. You gotta have your sink below. You don't need Nimblism. Although you could.
I like whatever you're doing right now.
You'd probably take 1 Scar for a Scar, right? Why wouldn't you? Scar the Battlescape's a good one. Even the yellow version's a good one. Blue Wounding Blow? I don't think we need that. Flock of the Featherwalkers, maybe. Nimblism, let's put it in there. Get all of our Slogisms, our Slogs. Yeah, all of our big attacks. Let's see where we end up. Go and put these unmovables into. I'm gonna see what my resource curve is. Are you good at this yet? Can you like see your...
I'm so good, yeah. You'd be shocked how good I am. Maybe shocked shortly, yeah.
Bro.
So basically, with Bravo, I got down to like my nucleus of what could go in. And then I grabbed all the really big red attacks. And then I started stuffing the deck full of blues. As many as I could get that are also decently sized attacks.
Yeah.
And then here we are.
14. 29. 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 36.
Pro Shrink saying, once I pick a class, it's hard for me not to add all the class-specific cards. I mean, I think the thing about that, though, is like sometimes the generic cards are better than the class cards. It just depends on what's going on and what your deck is. But like, there's some cards, even like some of these generic attacks. Let me find a good example of one that I had here. Obviously, Snatch and Scar for a Scar are fantastic, but I had... Where are you at? Like Raging Onslaught, red, is better than some of the yellow and blue cards that I could have played. It's just a 3 cost 7 damage attack, which for Bravo is fantastic. And I don't have a lot of the like Guardian synergistic cards, like your next Guardian thing gets this bonus. So it's just a good attack for me to put in.
That's 14.
Psych Ogre, the Bravo Dominate effect is just you pay 2 for it. His hammer gets +2 strength if you have 2 3-cost cards in your pitch. So it becomes a 6 damage attack, which is nice. Don't mind me, I'm just over here. Ready.
Just done. Ready. All right, we got 4 there, 4 cuts there.
No one builds decks like Bravo.
Like Gaston. No one.
And if you're watching this and you're new, feel free to ask, or not new, you can ask questions. But specifically if you're new and you are wondering something, don't be afraid.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boy, I want to get those razor reflexes in. You know why? Just to spook you.
They're good.
So I'm actually looking at a curve that is very
You play
much.
Bravo?
I'm playing Brute.
Okay.
Very much in the yellow space.
Okay. I mean, I think
I've got a lot of plays that are 2 costs. So, like, for instance, Razor Reflex plus a 1 cost attack, 1 yellow pays for both of those,
Yep.
which is what I'm looking for. And I do have a decent amount of those. So that can get your Savage Feast, your Savage Swing. See if there's actually more, because I do need more to justify that.
I think that's
This may have changed too
they're
much.
like resource
Yeah, it changed too much.
resource archetypes for me, which is like Bravo most of the time because he's got these big attacks. Wants a lot of blues because he needs to be able to pay 3 or 6 for things a lot, or like 2 plus the 3 of the attack or something. Whereas some of the decks I actually really have enjoyed playing constructed wise, it's like my curve got a lot lower. I have a ton of 0 and 1 cost attacks. So then it's kind of okay to like have some yellows in, but like you don't really need nearly as many of the blues. And I think it just kind of, what's your average hand going to look like, and what do you think you're going to need to be paying for?
Yep.
Necro asking, what do you guys think
Yep,
is a good
that's right.
minimum age to play this and understand what's going on? I'm tempted to start playing with my 10-year-old son, but I don't know if he'll get enough of it to enjoy it. I mean, I think it depends on the kid. I started collecting Pokemon when I was 9, didn't start playing until I was like 10. And after that, I mean, we kind of went crazy. 10, 11, 12, 13, just playing all kinds of different games. So it depends on their interest level and their, I think some card games are going to mentally jive better, but like I have a 10-year-old nephew, and he's also very like, not just like smart, but like he is very logical. Like, the logic component of what's going on there is high, so I think he would be fine with it. But I think it's going to come down to the specific kid.
You have 30 cards over there?
Yep.
Is it 30? It's not 40?
It is 30 in draft. 40 is blitz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Psychoger, I just got to say, I'm super envious of how consistently Zach and Steven get to play Flesh and Blood.
Yeah, we are too.
Working the dream over there in Tulsa. It's amazing. It's been so helpful to me to get to play and hang out in person and play, and then also have chat to interact with. I feel like that makes this feel so much less oppressive of a year. Talking to people that I know who haven't been able to do that, I can't imagine. I feel very fortunate to be here.
What's up, Jim, on Facebook? Good to see you.
I want to know how many people out there watching right now are new, and how many people have played Flesh and Blood for at least a little bit. I feel like the hype machine behind this game right now is insane.
Yeah, it hit. I haven't seen one hit in a while. Been a long time.
I mean, I think
Destiny hit
it
up
hit,
front.
and then it hit a wall.
Yeah, it hit a brick wall. This one is hitting success.
This one's hitting. There's an open field out in front of it. It's rolling.
Yeah, they've been literally staking out that field for the past 7 years.
Robert Ballard's saying, I've been playing for a bit. It's moved up to one of my favorite games of all time already.
That's amazing, Robert.
Necro saying, I've seen it played several times here mostly, but have not played it yet. Very tempting though. Ryan Roper, this game is currently at 11.
But this one goes to 11.
Kevin saying, I just got my first booster box yesterday. Super stoked.
Very nice, Kevin.
Enjoy. Jim, Covenant plus Flesh and Blood at work equals dream job.
Yeah.
Ian Schaefer saying I played a total of 3 games. Ian from OKC. Ian has the fortune of a Greek god.
Really? What did he
Whatever
pull?
that means. I think he's bought 4 boxes. He bought 2 at a time. And he got a legendary in his first 2 boxes, the Guardian Tunic. And then he got a Fable in his second round. And it's just like,
He's playing for free.
living the dream, dude.
Valentino Alpha player.
Nice.
Nailed it.
Tom McCall, I haven't played yet. Stuck indoors. Sorry to hear, man. Nick saying I've been unable to play, but collecting since March. See, collecting, that half of the game is actually, I think a lot of people don't get into collectible games because of the collectible nature, but it's the game outside the game. It's a part of that for a lot of people. It's amazing to see it in being executed as well as it's being executed in Flesh and
See,
Blood.
Patrick Lightsell here, been watching the streams. Haven't played yet, waiting on my boxes. Bought an alpha box when it released, but kept it sealed and sold it recently. Yeah, good idea
I
there.
understand you there.
Smart.
Robert saying this game and Marvel Champions are fire right now with a heart. Yeah, they are both fire right now. David, I haven't played yet, but I'm looking to get in. Well, welcome. Let us know if you have any questions. Ciandor saying, I'm just here to pretend to smell the ink and live vicariously.
Smells great.
Owen says, I haven't played yet, but I'm in a new players online tournament this week. That's awesome.
Very great.
House of Mysteria, the fact this game grew so fast during a lot of restricted in-person playing says a lot about the success of this game.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I actually think in weird ways it may have been very helpful for the game. People had time to slow down and like think about learning something new.
Like bread making.
Wow, Julian, living the dream. Did 5 sealed in a single day, waiting to have time to do more with friends. You got them, do I have them? The D6 bag of justice?
I got some D6s right here, bro. I keep our D6s at the ready.
If you want, I'll start with half health. Just kidding.
How much health do I need to beat you with?
I
1?
was talking with some people on our Discord earlier, and they had mentioned how crazy it would be if someone went to a tournament with a young hero and won anyway. And I was like, I'm definitely interested in the idea.
I like the thought. You got a club over there somewhere?
I do not own clubs.
One of them fancy clubs.
I do. I have a stack of tokens.
Brandon G asking, will the Spidey tokens be regularly available or will they go when the holidays go? So they will be more or less regularly available, kind of like the Green Goblin inspired ones that we've done. They won't be like consistently stocked, but we'll put them in and restock them pretty well. Now, if demand goes down for those over, by February or March, we'll probably stop them and they'll be out of stock forever. So it really, like everything else, is just, are people buying them? And if they're just sitting there, then we won't keep making them. The power of the market.
Even Steven?
Hey, G Asp, also known as Gasp. How was Thanksgiving? Great to see you. It was great.
It was weird.
It was weird.
Mine was very bizarre.
Yeah, great. It was a little premature. Even Steven, let's do it.
Ryan says, odd Zach. Odd Zach. Ryan says, I'm interested in the idea if that an idea involves Shiana. That's kind of where I'm at. It's like, let's if you're gonna be a shapeshifter, you can be a little weird. I'm gonna start with half health.
You're here first.
If someone ever wins a big tournament with a young hero, they will immediately be a legend.
That's true.
There's just no way around it. That's why it's appealing, though, right?
Yeah, it's all about esteem, community esteem. That's one thing that James said on the podcast that he was right about, is like just representing your country at a national, from a national championship, world's event, etc., is way more than any prizes you could give out, and that's true. I don't care about the prizes. I just want everybody to say, look at that guy. He's so clever.
Isn't he clever?
Isn't he?
All right,
Look
you got
at this
Rhino
man.
with the Romping Club. You've got the Iron Rot Helm, Iron Rot Gauntlet, Iron Rot Legs, and then you also got the Bark Bounce Trapping. You're
Got it
fancy.
all, baby.
All right, classic turn 1. Classic turn 1. Ooh. Huh. That's kind of funny. There's no reason to do that.
Is there ever?
Well, I don't want to tell you what I could do
Yeah, don't tell me anything.
because it could be amazing. Let's actually, you know what? Let's get strategic.
Let's get jiggy with it.
No. I'm just gonna put a card in the arsenal.
Oh, poor man's mulligan. Okay. All right. That's fine. Nobody was concerned.
Actually, wait. Yay. I'm not. Let me take an action. I just realized I'm gonna use the helm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna destroy my helmet.
You got to pay for that?
Pay 1. Yeah. So let's put. Do I do that? Hold on. I have something I'm trying to set up.
Interesting.
I just, you know.
That's pretty clever. I hadn't thought about setting things up. How does that work exactly? Is that like
I oughta. Oh man. No, we'll go back to my original. I'll just do this. All right, go ahead.
Okay. All right. All right. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Well, you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. How about some of this? Let's play Demolition Crew. Pay for it with Breakneck Battery. As an additional cost, reveal a 2 cost or greater. How about this Barraging Bronhide? It's
Nope,
blue.
I got it.
It's 5 attack with Dominate.
No cards from hand.
I'm going to pass my attack reactions to you.
I will take an attack reaction.
You mean a defense reaction? It's fine. I'm trying to help because, you know, a lot of times these timing structures are terrifying. Oh, you did it.
Staunch response
Okay.
for 7.
You staunched. The perfect moment for it.
The perfect play.
I'm going to put something in my arsenal, so
Don't freak out.
don't freak out.
Okay.
Okay.
Mine?
Yeah.
Let's just swing with the hammer for 4.
Just a swing with the hammer?
Hammer swing.
That's all you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Doesn't have go again?
Nope.
Anything happens if it hits?
Nope.
How much you swinging for?
4. Feels like a trap, doesn't it? I used 2 of my cards during your turn.
Whose
so.
floor is this?
What day is it?
No block skis.
All right. I'll pass my reaction.
Passing
to-
as well.
All right, take 4.
Taking 4. Call me in the morning.
Put this under.
All right, hold the phone. You got something in your arsenal there. Is that one more of them staunch responses? How many of those you got?
It's rare, so odds are low that it's more than 1.
Sluggism. Paying for that with the blue unmovable. The
Okay.
next attack with 2 or greater is +6.
Mm-hmm.
Demolition Crew. 6 cost, 6 attack dominate. Paying 4 with Bronhide.
All right.
Here we go. 12 dominate coming at you. Oh, wait. I need to be able to reveal something from my hand to do this.
Cheater.
An absolute classic. All right, hold on. I got to pay for it and then reveal? Okay, hold on. Maybe even better.
Oh, no.
All right, so Sloggism is played. So then, yeah. Savage Swing for 1. Pay here. 2 left over. Additional cost, discard a random card. Demolition Crew for 6. Intimidate triggers.
You don't get to see that?
Oh, sorry.
Cheater.
I'm used to playing Thrones.
That's right. Thrones that we haven't played in years. Okay. I'll block with 2 here and 3 here.
All right. 5 minus 12.
Take 7.
Take 7.
Ouch.
Ouchie.
Ouchie. And can you hand me a token of any kind?
Any kind? How about a die?
Shiny I'm marking this as used.
Shiny
I
token?
just wanna...
How about that?
There it is. All right. This goes back to my hand. I will declare. Okay. I'm just going to crack my helmet, paying 1 for it. My hand size is +1.
Playing a very sophisticated Guardian game.
It's not what you're used to, is it?
No.
I'm not just swinging these days.
There's a lot to this.
That was a lot of work, but here we are.
Well, there's a way this goes very well.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's try for that.
Okay. Don't do that.
Okay. So, I'm going to start with Primeval Bellow. Additional cost, discard a random card.
I know how it could go really well.
Ah. Do you get to see it?
Yeah, if it's discarded.
Turn of Brutality. It's 6. It's a 6.
Doesn't it say if it would go to the graveyard for any reason you put it on the bottom of your deck or something like that?
For any reason, instead of put it on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, it sure does. Thanks.
Good card.
Judge. So a card with 6 or more was discarded, so Intimidate. It's going to trigger.
Thank you.
And then my hammer is +1, so it's a 5. It's a 5 attack hammer there. Now let's think about this. I think I'm going to take a shot.
You only get one shot.
I'm going to take a shot, man.
All right.
Now, I should have used this earlier, so if I lose by 1, we know why. I'm going to destroy it, and I'm going to take a
You
crack.
should have used it before you did that.
Right.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Well, I just should have used it to block your attack. It had 1 armor on it, so
I
now
got
I've
it.
wasted 1. Oh! Just call me KO. This is going to be a big one. Okay, I'll pay 2 to swing with a 5 attack. So it's 10, courtesy of Primeval Bellow.
Just a cash 10.
Just a cash 10.
I will play no cards in.
Interesting. So if you just take a 10, where are we left? You know, that's acceptable. That's acceptable to me. I'll pass my attack reaction priority.
I'll pass.
He's taking 10.
Take 10.
Whew. 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 Did you have any reactions in hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure did.
Okay.
In case you got to 13 and I had to do something.
Like with a yellow pummel?
That would have been
Okay,
what I
so
would
if
have
I
to
had
react
played
to.
that, then you would have had to react. So you must think you've got the dads coming back.
I have a turn coming. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and saying he hasn't seen a mechanologist board yet. Can we pull up Dash? You'll see it real quick.
Put that in the arsenal.
Jordan, Zach is about to
Yeah.
dunk.
So you'll notice, this is what happens. So in Flesh and Blood, and we don't play Magic at all. So it probably works the same way. But for those of us who are playing other games, I declare the attack. Zach has a chance to put cards in with the shields. And that's just a defense card. So you don't have to pay for it. It just goes in flat. Then we go to the reaction step. So I pass priority. I don't want to. Now, I could have played a reaction, in which case, then, you know, we can go back and forth. I passed. So then if Zach plays a reaction, then I'll have an opportunity to come back and play in that window as well. But if he passes, then both players have passed priority, then we resolve the chain, which is a fascinating.
But me taking 10 signals to Steven that I'm about to swing
He was swinging.
for the fences. This
right.
goes back to my hand. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's partay. I'm going to play a red slogism. Don't
There
you
it is.
see? Then I'm going to crack my hardened cross strap. The next attack I would play costs 2 less.
A lot of heart.
So then from my arsenal, I'm going to play Oh, wait. This is better than I... No, back up. That's still fine. I'm going to use Bravo's action to get Dominate. With me?
Yes.
So my next attack's -2.
I was looking at
I
my
have
hand.
Dominate. From my arsenal, I'm going to play a red Disable.
+2, dominate, disable, arsenal goes to the bottom.
So this is a
Where are our tokens?
15 damage attack with Dominate.
With dominate. Cool.
And if it deals 4 or more damage, I put a card from your arsenal at the bottom of your deck.
It will. But I strategically placed this to be at the bottom of the deck.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
on
you
turn
knew...
16, I know that it's going to really be the moment. All right, hey, disable these. Disable this plate.
Throw the armor in.
I think that's all I'm going to do, man. 15 minus 3 is what, 12?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. And then the arsenal card goes to the bottom of your deck.
10, 11, 12. Here we go.
Jordan, why is Steven crying? He just got dunked on.
We're slamming and slamming. All right, naked. We got 2 naked people. All right, well, let's just keep cracking, right?
Yes.
Barraging Beatdown. Next brute attack. This turn is +3 if defended by less than 2 non-equipment cards. Intimidate.
Mm-hmm.
That one's fine, right?
That's my life. +3?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
+3.
+3.
Maybe. All right. Wrecker Romp. Pay for it with a Savage Swing. Go into the discard pile. It's additional cost. Discard a card. Wait, I meant to do this backwards. The red one is the one I want to play.
You want to play the red one?
I'll discard this
Are you
one.
sure?
Intimidate here. And we have an 8 damage attack coming your way. It could be +3 if you defend with less than 2 non-equipment cards.
Block for 5. I still lose. He got dunked.
Wow. That was just like Babe Ruth versus Babe Ruth.
So the play that I had, they're just swinging big. The play I had was Slogism into the 9 damage attack with Disable.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I could give it Dominate. So my first turn was literally I put an arsenal, and if I drew a yellow or a blue, I can do it on turn 2. And I drew a red. So then I blocked with 2 cards, and it was like, all right, if I draw... Basically, I needed 4 resources between them, and I think I got 3 again.
3.
So then I had to wait another turn, and then that's the turn
You kept carrying it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the turn you really swung at me. And it was like, well, I can either do this attack back or not. And then here we are.
And hitting that 6 was literally like exactly what I needed on the 3 resources out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Could have gotten away with 2, but if I'd have rolled a 1 or a 2 there, that turn does not look good at all.
You want to try that one again?
I do the exact same thing
That
again,
took us
for
all
sure.
5 minutes.
Just swing, swing, swing.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was very strange. Tom asking me to have any animators who could reproduce that fight. Jonathan, he'll get good at anything. Got the tectonic plate hom waters from some boxes we sent you. That is so good. Great stuff. Jester Sack saying, last time I saw you guys play this, it was 1 to 3 point attacks. And that happens. That's Warrior and Ninja will typically do that more. We're using the clubs and the hammers this time. This is a bigger...
This is the high stakes table.
That's right. Even Steven?
Indeed. Always.
Zach is whack?
That's right. It was a 4, so it was your first.
Okay. Always block. You may as well just block with your... Now, that's not necessarily... Sometimes when you have like ninja things that say if this hits, certain things happen, you can save your armor for that. But otherwise, if your stuff has abilities on it, I think I'm just using it.
Yeah. You got to... The abilities that discard the armor when you use them, I think you want to use that armor as soon as is reasonable for you to get it out.
Yeah. Jester Sack, what's actually the case is the card base has not actually grown.
It's just different heroes.
Just different heroes. This is all just the first set. Same first set. Remember that time you trade one card for those 4 legendaries? That was a good trade. It's a really good trade. It's crazy.
I mean, so interestingly though, the Fabled that I traded is now, the price is going up. I'm still in the positive, but like not by as much as it was. The Nadazy, I'm saying, did Force of Will die? I don't know.
Interesting. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do a sophisticated opening as well.
Yep.
Arsenal and draw.
Just a very proud Rhinar. All right, well, since you did that, let's just lay on the heat. Okay. I like that. I'm going to use Bravo's ability. Dominate. I'm going to crack my Hardened Cross Strap. Next attack's -2. Red disabled. So it's 9 damage, dominate. If it deals 4 or more damage, put a card from your arsenal on the bottom of your deck.
9 damage, dominate. Bob Dole don't need this.
What is the normal Bob Dole quote you say?
It's funny that that's even a thing. I say that. Bob Dole don't need this.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and it's from, where's that from? I think it's from Simpsons.
I could have told you that you say Bob Dole a lot, but I didn't know the other half of it. I'm bad at that kind of stuff.
9, 8, 7, 6.
5309.
5, 4. It has to do less than 4. 3. I'll keep my gauntlets. I don't know. Could you have any? You don't have any funny business. You got 1 card in hand, no resources.
That's correct.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
Okay, so you take 3.
Taking 3.
I'm peachy with that.
Yeah.
This is going in the arsenal. That's a great opening for Bravo. Ding. Jester asking what is dominate. So if we pull up Bravo, you'll see the ability. Basically, you can only block with 1 card from hand on a dominated attack, but you can still use defense reactions from arsenal and your armor over here.
All right.
6, 7, 5. What?
Well, how about some of this? Slogism, red. Pay for it with a blue card, as you might expect.
Ryan Roper. So for my opener, I'll destroy all your equipment. Your turn.
Red pack hunt with a blue unmovable. I'm holding 1 resource. Joke's on you, I'm not going to be able to use it. Here comes the standard intimidate. Let's roll it off so we don't have to follow subjectivity. And we've got a 12 damage attack coming in. My boy Zach.
Boy.
It's literally like, you know that carnival machine where you just have that hammer and you just bang on the thing as hard as you can? I feel
That's
like
this game, yeah.
Ooh. Or those slap fights. You seen those slap fights before?
Yeah, they're just,
It's devastating. Human beings should not be doing that.
I
by the
don't
way.
understand it.
No, I don't think it's to be understood. A lot of brain damage. It's like a lot of concussions and stuff. Just don't slap each other. Is that really something we need to do? I mean, I'm all for freedom. You can slap if both parties are willing slappers, but really, why are you doing it? Just a simple checklist.
I love
Ask
this
yourself
conversation.
the question, why am I
Truly.
doing this? I saw value in TC in the chat, so I'm going to read that. Ryan Roper, so far the best value I've gotten from this game was buying all of TC's cold foils when Unlimited was announced. You did that, Ryan? We were talking about
found the
that
culprit.
on the podcast the other day. It's like we went in and they were all gone.
How much is this? 12?
12.
What makes a man, Lebowski?
Not blocking, that's what makes him in.
I think.
Just a helmet and some feet.
Let's do this.
Take 10.
I will keep that. I'm
What's
gonna
this
block.
card? Is it your Intimidate? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna block with my helmet
Dunk.
and my feet.
Dunk.
2. Your reaction.
My reaction?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Let's play a red staunch response.
Ooh, yes.
So we're at 9.
9 total to 12?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Take 3.
Take 3. Staunch response is staunch. Got those sweet blue cards for the end game, though.
We're in the end game now. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's, from my arsenal, play a red snatch. 4 damage attack. If it hits, I draw a card.
It's good. It's good attack. Good attack. All right. I'm gonna drop 3 in and a gauntlet.
You blocked it. So this goes away. I'll put this in arsenal and we'll draw.
Okay.
Ryan saying he bought the wizard boots from us a few days before that as well. They were only like 80 at the time. I almost bought them, but I wanted our customers to be able to buy them.
Demolition Crew yellow. Pay for it with a yellow unmovable. Reveal a 2-cost.
Demolition Crew quickly becoming one of my favorite
It's
sealed
great.
cards.
You just pump that thing up with Dominate. It's so good. Revealing Regurgitating Slog as the 2-cost or greater. And it's just a 5 with Intimidate.
All right. I will.
Or with Dominate, rather.
Oh, wait, I blocked.
1 card.
I'll block for 3.
All right.
Take 2.
No funny business.
Just cash damage.
And then remember what I'm putting in my arsenal. You've seen it. Regurgitating Slog. So don't be scared whenever you get slogged.
Noted. All right, mine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's use Bravo's ability for Dominate.
Uh-oh.
From my arsenal, let's play a red Cartilage Crush. 7 damage. Dominate. If it deals 4 or more damage, your first action next round costs an additional resource.
And it can attack with more than 1 card from their hand.
Janko, the damage wasn't relevant to draw me a card from Snatch because it didn't have to go again. But the extra card, at least on my side, was potentially the card I'd want to put down in Arsenal. I ended up putting Cartilage Crush, but I was just making sure that whatever my big attack I wanted was there. So not too crazy, but it's just damage and card options.
I'm putting no cards into the defense pile. Going to reactions. Priority is yours.
Pass.
I'll play. Unmovable. Blue. Pay for it with a blue Barraging Bronhide. It's going to be a 5 defense.
Nice.
Take 2.
Take 2. Call me in the morning. CD asking, off topic, but is Robert still with you guys? One of the men behind the curtain. Yep. He's
Absolutely,
in charge of ops around these parts. So if you've ever ordered from us or received a shipment, he and or his team are responsible.
It's all the actual work of getting products everywhere on time on release dates, which is tough work.
It's almost as tough as playing the games on.
Well, it's close.
We know the true heroes here.
We
are.
know who really makes this thing go. Okay?
Mine? Did I draw back up?
No, you haven't. Nothing's happened.
I draw back up though, right?
Yeah. And then I get to
And this
attack
is
you.
Arsenal. Yeah.
I kill your car.
Don't you see?
I'm just gonna take her easy here.
Take it easy.
Let's swing with a Romping Club for 4. Generate 3. Have 1 floating. It could be a pummel.
Could be.
If your opponent is as smart as your opponent is. What's coming in Monarch?
I'm gonna sink below.
Take 1.
What?
You take 1?
Oh yeah, because it's only.
Yeah, but you get to resolve it. We can do
so
the right order.
I'll resolve.
So
Put this under.
here's how it works. You play Sink Below, and then before Sink Below resolves, we both have to pass. I pass, you pass, it resolves, you do the text, it moves down to a defense card. Then there's another priority window. That's the key. And then I pass it again, you pass it again.
Yeah.
And
I
the
pass
attack
putting
resolves.
cards in. I'll react with Sink Below, and then you pass. I pass. It resolves. We did it. I take
You
one.
pass, I pass, etc., etc.
Aren't we
I'm
proud of
holding
all of
one.
them?
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. I am just gonna pay 1 to crack my helmet and get +1 hand size. Thomas says he's late to the party. Any spice pickups on the sealed?
Late to the party.
Nothing too crazy yet. I got a foil Cranial Crush, which I'm excited about. I like that Cranial Crush. It's a great card. I didn't answer your question at all on Monarch, but I think what's coming in Monarch is our hopes and dreams.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get down to business.
To defeat Steven.
I'm going to play a yellow breakneck battery, additional cost. I got to discard a random card. First, I got to pay for it. Generate 2 there to pay.
It works.
It's a 6. This goes away. You cracked that helmet? What are you doing with 5 cards?
I cracked the helmet.
No, you did, didn't you?
That's literally what I did.
And then this now has go again. So I'll put a little token, a little eyeball to remind, actually, I'll be a power up.
A 5 would go again.
5 would go again.
I won't put any in.
So it goes to my reaction step. I'll pass priority.
I'll pass. Take 5.
Take 5.
Call you in the morning.
The chain continues, courtesy of go again. Now we've got a choice to make. My club's at +1, technically. So it's a 5 damage club. Or you must have some goods here. I mean, you want to go down to 1 health for that hand? Let's crack the bark bone strapping. Let's take a look at what we're gonna get here.
Get out of here. You gotta start using a new die. Hold on.
It won't really matter. I just needed the 1.
I'm convinced it's just you.
Yeah. You just need to roll better, man. Let's just pay 2 to swing in the 5 damage club. Hope we don't have a pummel.
I will not put any cards in.
Pass priority.
Pass.
Ooh, he's got the hand, ladies and gentlemen. Is it gonna be enough? Is it gonna be enough?
All right.
Hmm.
Mine?
Hmm?
Let's play a red slogism.
Ooh, I've seen this move before.
Let's pay for Bravo's ability.
Crack.
Dominate. 1 resource floating. I'll pay 2 or 3 total for red Crush Confidence. If it deals 4 or more damage, they lose all card effects and activated abilities until the end of their next turn.
That 13 damage coming in?
13 would dominate. Let's get down to business.
13 with dominate. Well, cool.
Ryan Roper predicting it correct, saying Zach is going to bring the heat this turn.
Yeah.
You can always tell when those veins start popping in Bravo's biceps.
Drat.
Ryan says confidence status crushed.
1 short.
Daniel saying, poor Australia. Holiday tokens dropped in the middle of the night. Yeah, we sold out unbelievably quickly. So if you did buy those, thank you. And if you wanted to get those and didn't get a chance, sign up for the wait list. We're making those as quick as we can. The wait list really helps us understand how much and where to put our effort into what to make, how quickly. We're going to be restocking those as quickly as we can.
Okay. All right, bro. Putting a 2 in. What am I taking?
11. And then Reinor's blank.
He's blanked.
Putting the smart arsenal.
Is it a defense reaction?
Perhaps.
Okay. All right. All right. There's only one thing left to do.
We were swinging.
Regurgitating Slog. We're going to banish, give it Dominate. Five damage, Dominate coming in. Does he have a 4 or greater? Does he have a defense reaction? Ladies and gentlemen, is it in the arsenal? Is he just getting regurgitated on?
Block for 3. You get the first reaction.
Pass.
I'll pass.
Ah, he's dead.
I got puked on.
That was a pretty good little brute deck, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's good.
Just for you, I got a good question here. Who won the toss to run the solo Skytear stream? I'm very interested in that. I looked at it last night just on the website. I haven't seen how it plays. I'm loving it as an idea.
There's an app and an AI deck that controls whatever you're fighting against.
Yeah, I saw like kind of the look for the strongest lane and then do this in it. Guys, Skytear solo gives you no reasons to not have that game. You got to get that game. You like Flesh and Blood, you obviously like good games. Skytear, good game. I mean, these are both in the top 5 for me.
Of all time.
Of all time, well, so far. You know, games can really go sour pretty quickly, so you gotta give them about a year to see if it's really, because like Netrunner found a way to make itself really bad.
That happens.
Yeah, about midway through.
Yeah.
But early on, you get the purest form of the game. They've had 3 sets now, and it's really good. Flesh and Blood, and it sounds like it's about to get way better. Can we take a second?
Apparently, you want to switch this to the real camera? Apparently, Monarch is supposed to be the magnum opus, you know?
But it's a starting magnum. It's like the first movement. It's like what we've been playing is essentially the audience coming into the theater, and we're about to actually see
the preamble.
So what's going to happen with Monarch? Let's take a second, and then we're also going to
Sealed again. I'm just
do
putting
one
this
more
trash
sealed.
in the box.
What's the buy-in for Skytear look like? Joshua Trevino.
A core
Just buy
set.
the core set. It's like, what, 70, 80 bucks?
I think it's $70, but it's like way enough for 2 people to play. Like a
Also,
lot.
right now they have a promo going for people who want to get in for solo. You buy the core set, you get a free expansion. It's a $35 expansion for free. It's crazy. They do that about once a year. So right now, like if you're looking for a solo miniatures-driven MOBA, like Dota experience,
That's it.
oh my gosh, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I just said it out loud and I got really excited about the idea of it. Then do it. I mean, this is the game. I would stake my life on this game. You could tie me to the train tracks and I could say, I'm willing to bet that if I can only get rescued due to Skytear being a great game, I will take that bet. I'll tie myself to the tracks.
I like the abstractness of that.
Trolley problem, on the one side is me dying. On the other side is Skytear being a bad game. I think the lever, no wait, the opposite of that. Otherwise, I'm always getting killed. Skytear being a good game on one side, me dying on the other side, I would always assume that lever goes to Skytear being
So
a
you
good
said
game.
you put your name on it.
I put everything I have on it.
You can go for it.
Okay. Anyway, what's going to happen in Monarch? What's all this? They're teasing it.
The more I hear, like if we pull up Bravo, he's got this like colored border going on around it, and I think that represents the region he's from, which is Aria. And the more I hear about that,
It's going to be deck building across the card templates.
I feel like there's something about that. It's like there's basically region-specific stuff that only you can pull because you're from that region. It wouldn't really change anything. It would just say, you know, Aria region, and it have that border, and it's like, oh, your hero has to have that border for us to be able to use those cards.
So they could have different regional variations of different heroes, and
Or even like picture potions that are based on region, or supplies or weapons. It's like,
do you think they bake that into organized play? Like, do you represent your region? Like, is there now clan loyalty essentially, like
That's pretty
L5R,
cool.
where it's
Like
like
the
I'm
top
from
Aria player gets this
Asteria
thing.
or whatever? Yeah. Huh. Is there kings involved? I mean, we've also.
I mean, that's
James said
related
it
to the
would.
regions, though, right?
Yes.
It's like the king of the
yeah.
king and queen of Aria,
And
etc.
then maybe you become the king of your region through an organized play event,
Oh
and
my
all the
goodness.
kings and queens play against each other at a big tournament at a
a
castle
royal
in New
gathering
Zealand.
I'm in.
I mean, you can have this, Sasha. You can have all this for free. This is a marketing.
hey, hold on. I'm gonna bill for this time. Patrick says, "My God, that sounds amazing. That is really cool. I would go to the castle.
I would too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a hard
I'd
time
find a way.
not going to the World Championships assuming it's in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I might have to check New Zealand off my list finally.
We'll just deduct it from the company budget.
That's
and we'll
right.
find-
You're
Gonna have to buy this jet so I can get down there.
is now that I've done the Europe trip. New Zealand is like top 5 places to visit for me.
I had some friends who went to New
It's on
Zealand.
the
They
list.
loved it.
Yeah.
They loved it.
I mean, just for the Lord of the Rings factor alone, but it's just beautiful as well.
Yeah.
I heard the people are okay too. Got them.
They refer to themselves as Kiwis. So I think it's okay for me to say that. Is that a fine term?
Yeah, I think it's.
Any New
that's
Zealanders? Kiwis?
It'd be like, I don't think anyone's offended. I think that's the proper name.
Good. So we've solved it then. That's what's going to happen. Because the borders are very intricate and very obvious. But like,
On some interview, by the way, he said they spent over 1,000 hours doing the borders.
so that's got to pay off.
I assume it's not just the look thing.
But what kind of region? So, oh yeah, this is where it's going to happen.
Bard's
So
word saying Kiwis is all good.
what's going to happen though? How does the regional stuff work? Is there going to be like generic cards that have certain regions on
Picture
them?
like events and weapons that have that border. You didn't even say anything else. It's like you can technically define it, but like in the bottom trait text or something, you could say whatever the region is. But like you could just have cards that you know.
Do you think?
'Cause
Yeah,
we
that's
haven't
true.
seen that border on.
So right now, all the
any of the
classes
cards.
are the same, are distinct borders, right? So we wouldn't immediately see class mixing happening. Right?
Well, so we have seen like Calves Den or something is from the same region as Azalea. And they're different. Katsu and Ira do not have the same border, by the way, for what that's worth.
so you can play different versions of Ninja based on the region you're from.
Isn't that cool?
It's so
Doesn't that make you very excited?
Yeah, let's do some sealed.
All right, let's crack some packs. So if you weren't with us last week, it was 2 weeks ago. I opened Heart of Faendal on stream, and I was very excited about it. So I'm hoping for just a very fortunate case here.
Let me start weighing these. Cassie and Kane are apparently the same as well.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the heavy one. Clearly, this is where the Fabled is. They made them a little heavier.
I think that's exactly what they did. That's what I heard.
Kodachi.
Who?
Ooh, a lot of great cards there. I got a little Majestic Ancestral Empowerment.
Nice.
That
I love the art
definitely
on
makes
that.
me want to do Ninja right now. And a Red Nimble Strike is a great Ninja pack. Warrior, Ninja, Guardian, Guardian, Brute, Guardian, Warrior, Ninja, Warrior, Ninja. Okay. Guess the heavy packs don't work.
Owen saying he got Heart of Faendal in his first box ever, and he was literally jumping.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I mean that's one of the cool. It's one of the cool things. You know, it's a simple pleasures, really. Oh my gosh, I've got a great like ninja thing. I've got Red Nimble Strike, Red Flock of the Featherwalkers, another Red Nimble Strike. Come on now.
I currently have a big stack of Duranthia cards.
Guardian, Brutes, Guardian, Guardian. These are some Guardian heavy packs we're pulling here.
Got a foil Heart and Cross Strap.
Ooh, that's gorgeous.
Previously would have been cold foil.
I love foils.
Yeah.
Simpson
foils
Rex, we
are
had
great.
James, who's the establisher of Legend Story Studios. What do you call it? Founder?
Founder.
Oh my gosh.
I like the establisher concept though.
We had him on for a podcast, and we talked about some of these things. And he didn't give a lot of information, but it was like Monarch is essentially the game in its final form. So it's the game that they've been testing and they came up with over the 7-year course of design and development. And then for these first 3 sets, it's actually been stripped back. They introduced melee damage in Welcome to Rathe, arcane damage in the next one, Arcane Rising, makes sense. And then Crucible,
You eventually got
Did
there.
that introduce anything special or different? It just kind of made those 2 sets complete.
Focus on that. Yeah.
So Monarch, is the start of kind of that last addition to the game. He said it doesn't add any complexity. It'll make you evaluate your cards a little, your collection differently, look at your collection differently. So there's speculation about what that means, as we are wont to do. Last ditch effort on the super rare, Burrow.
I think we still only have 2 of those, which is like we pulled the first one last time, which is crazy. Sand sketch plan. Ooh, foil nimblism. That looks cool.
I've got so many rising knee thrusts.
I'm scared. You gonna kick me?
Well, the problem is is Katsu the one that searches out the combo pieces?
He sure is.
All right, that's good.
You just need a couple that line up.
Maybe set bonuses for equipment. That'd be pretty cool.
All right, let's see. I have an equipment heavy pull.
It can be good, yeah.
Yeah. I got a lot of options. Always love seeing that Goliath gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, from this stack, it looks like Guardian is not happening. Look how short that stack is.
Yeah, very, very short. Oof. Dude, I'm on Ninja a bajillion. Got a red blackout kick as my rare, followed by 2 Flusterfists as rares, a foil and a non-foil.
Nice.
It's a Ninja. It's time for Ninja.
So like this, I actually have a weirdly decent Ninja pool because I got all stage 1 and stage 2 cards.
Yep.
But
That happens.
none in stage 3. But I have 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 1.
Wow. Yeah, you got the boat. I got Breaking Scales though.
But that's all I got out of Ninja. Not exactly lighting the party up here. Let's see what we got in Doranthea here. I have a good feeling about it. Oh, wait, I have some more Guardian cards. They ended up in the wrong stack. No wonder it was such a short stack.
Okay. I'm just going to take a look at what we're dealing with on Ninja here. We've got Rising Knee Thrusts for days. Head jab, leg tap. Rising knee, Fluster Fist.
I don't think Doranthea is it.
Blackout kick.
What is happening? We having to go brute?
Head jab. And gust wave. Oh wait, this is a totally different, isn't it? Surging strike, whelming gust wave. Is Fluster Fist a different one? Is that a head jab finisher? Like head jab and open the center, is that right?
There's 3 different lanes, but then there's 2 finishers for each of them.
Mm-hmm. Just open the center. Look at these rising knee thrusts, man. You can get kneed. Look, there's 5 of those.
It's a lot of kicking.
I wish they were all red. I am ready. All right, baby. I am ready. We dropped that. I am ready. Yeah, we're going Ninja. We're going Ninja. Okay. We've got the equipment to do it. Breaking Scales.
You have a lot of Ninja cards.
Snapdragon. And next attack costs 2 less. Heart and cross strap. Oh my gosh. I'm coming in here dressed like I'm in constructed.
I'm terrified.
Look at this.
Yep. You got the heat.
He's got the heat. I don't have any gloves though, unfortunately. Oh wait, I do.
Can't have it all is what I was going to say.
I don't have a helmet. That's what I'm missing. But everything I have is really top notch. Good gear. What's up, Psych Ogre? Take care. Have a good rest of the
Year.
rest of the time. Okay, let's see where we are here. I just put all my favorite cards together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. So I've got 4 slots. All right, what do we actually not need? These are all in. Do you even play Last Ditch Effort? You probably do.
Last ditch effort.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Ending below 0 for 3. You know, you can't hate it.
Chris asking if we can combine his holiday arcane tokens with his upgrade kit. So unfortunately, we can't combine like that. There's a number of reasons, but basically the system, our process for getting the subs out and orders in general doesn't really allow for that. So unfortunately, we can't do that.
Okay, scour.
Nick, you can play any number of a particular card, but you still have to, you have a cap on how many cards can be in your deck.
Okay. I think I'm going to stick with the combos. Let's see where we're at here. $28. I've got 2 slots. That's right, I do. 29. 30. I think that's where I want to be. I do. Yeah, let's do that.
You get there?
I got it.
I'm going Reinar.
Ooh, be a different game. It's going to be a different game today. All right, this will be a fun one.
Yeah, I like it.
What you could do too, if you wanted to just get even more mileage out of your sealed stuff, after this, you play a few of these sealed, and then you take all of the 12 packs that you've opened, and you build
something crazy.
The best deck that you can.
These boots were made for walking.
Seriously though, you gotta be, you roll in, and this ninja's like, why am I fighting Gandalf and sealed? You know? Look at this equipment.
It's hilarious.
It's all special. I was here for the
close?
For the what do you call it in college? When you play like sports and you're not supposed to be very good?
Intramurals?
Yeah, that's right.
Some people might be offended by that.
I played plenty of intramurals.
Were you any good?
Yes.
See?
At volleyball, yes. Everything else, I tried to play soccer, also known as football, to some of the New Zealanders watching.
Football?
It was okay. I just a lot of running.
Soccer's a hard sport.
I didn't realize you just ran the whole time. That made it less exciting.
It is basically.
I like running on my own terms. You know, I don't like chasing after things.
I'm with you.
Ryan, that's a great comment. Steven trying to wear his gloves on his head. That's right.
That's about right. This is a tier 2 hat.
Man, people are catching on. I'm onto something nobody's seen. It's got these, you know, your
Reminds me
finger.
of like a Kramer thing.
Yeah.
It's like, it fits right on my head. People think they're gloves, but they're not. Yeah, I played intramural basketball.
They have like tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, and like everybody in tier 2 is actually tier 1. They just didn't want to play against hard teams.
I wanted to sign up for tier 3 because I knew who was on my team.
Yeah.
And they were all like, oh, we're better than that.
Tier 3
Didn't go well.
at OSU at least, and I imagine it's like it for most schools. That was where everybody went to just drink beer.
Tier 3? Yeah, that's where I wanted to go.
Yeah, right. Yeah, CJM, that's amazing. Got the Arkham Holiday tokens, Circle Undone, and Forgotten Age boards. So excited. It was technically me buying my own Christmas gift because wife was at work. Hey, have a great Christmas from us. That's incredible. Those products are fantastic.
We appreciate it too. Enjoy it. Bradley asking, have you heard anything about the second wave of Crucible War? The Fab website says something about December 18th. Honestly, at this point, I don't know. Maybe we'll get it, maybe we won't. We usually order whatever we can and we put it on the website. You can sign up for the wait list if you want to be notified if we get any more, but there's a lot of crazy. I mean, it's crazy because it's December in general. But
December, COVID, they had that storm in Florida that screwed some stuff up.
Ryan Robert says, I can't say how tempted I am to buy the Heroes of the Grid tokens.
Oh, well.
This is probably the finale.
This is probably the last time you'll get a chance to be tempted. You want to cut? Just kidding. Even, Steven?
Yeah.
I'm going to roll my classic only rolls a 6 die.
I'm with you.
All right, and here we go. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Ryan, I'm not sure when we'd play.
Ouch.
You're in my foot space.
I was in your foot space.
It's fine. I was actually moving so that my foot wouldn't be in front of
Oh,
me.
I get a hero.
I thought you were just playing very zen.
I want those little swords.
Chop, chop, chop. The Kadachis?
Yeah.
Who's your Katsu? Is that who you're
Yeah.
swinging?
Yeah. We were swinging. Okay. When an attack action card hits, discard a cost with 0 cost, search your deck for a card with combo, banish it, you can play it this turn.
So you basically replace a card in your hand with a card with combo on it.
Okay. And then cost 0 in the pitch zone, you get to do things. So, if we do this, then we get to do these things. And then we get to do, well, we could do this thing. Okay. I like that. Okay. All right. Well, should we start swinging? I mean, I don't want to necessarily give you a chance here, but then again, here we are. All right. 0, 1. Put 1 in the arsenal.
Yeah, no, I haven't tried that yet. I was going to do that. I forgot. Use my Destiny board to track
Kodachi for 1.
my health here. I need to do that still as a test. Kadachi for 1. Take
An
it.
absolute classic. Kodachi for 1.
Boop. Another one? Take one.
Chop, 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 chop. Okay. Next up. Does it matter? I'm going to blackout kick, 2. Just trying to come in. You know, in wrestling, whenever they come in at the very beginning and just try to pin them.
It's from step 1.
2.
There's one of the best wrestling matches of all time. I think it was Jeff Hardy as Sting was fighting, but he had apparently been partaking in some paraphernalia.
Mm-hmm.
And
Drugs.
Sting could tell that this was the case. And you can tell the difference between normal wrestling and when someone really wants to hurt someone.
Ooh, yeah.
Sting finished that match in like 20 seconds.
Wow.
He basically knocks him to the ground and pins him, and literally is pinning him in a way where he can't get out of it. And it's 1, 2,
And so you
3,
find it out later that like...
Later, someone mentioned that is what had been. You can tell like he's kind of glassy-eyed,
Mm-hmm.
and then like Sting's looking at him, and he's like, "This is not okay."
Interesting.
And then Sting just pins him, and it's over.
Wow.
So that's what you're trying to do here. 2. I'll block for 2.
You did it.
Got him. Aaron Clark saying, "Hey guys, how's it going? It's great." He says, "I'm probably gonna end up ordering a set of those Arcane tokens and the Saga tokens. I got into Destiny late and have been wanting a set for a while. We've had a lot of people asking about them. This is probably the last gasp for both that and Here's the Grid compatible tokens. So glad you dig it. I get to draw up at the end of your turn, right?
You do.
So before that happens, though, I'm gonna play a red Sigil of Solace.
No, come on.
Just go ahead and start with 21.
It's a great card to have.
And then I will draw back up because them's the beats. All right. Wow. Wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Okay.
Pew, woo, woo. Wah.
Mm-hmm.
You can do, brute man.
Thinking about my life. All right, well, let's do this. I'm going to play a... Or am I? Interesting. I don't think I used that yet.
Very nice.
Let's get down to business. I'm going to use my Heart and Cross Strap. And then I'm going to play Pack Hunt blue for free.
Intimidate?
4 damage with Intimidate.
Okay. So,
Just for you. Come for the pack opening, stay for the air horns.
just 4 damage, huh? Let's see what my next turn looks like. My next turn looks like maybe do this. You know? And then maybe do this. And then maybe do this. And then maybe even do this. So what can I spare? What can I spare in that plan, you know? I can spare this.
Thomas asking if I
That's
still have the heart that I pulled the other week. I do. I currently have it. Why do you ask? I don't know if I'm gonna let it go.
Windy blow
Block for 3.
and breaking scales.
Block for 4.
Yep.
All right, attack reactions.
Yeah.
Red pummel.
Ooh.
+4. And if it deals, if it hits, you have to discard a card.
If it hits,
Yep.
it's gonna hit.
Got him. You get to choose. It's not random.
Can't be this one, huh?
Nope.
Oof.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I
got the
hate,
chicken dancing.
I hate that.
That's what that is, right?
Yes.
Did you ever go to that place in Tulsa where they would come around doing that all the time? Like chicken something, chicken coop? I don't remember what it's called. Literally, the whole staff would come around and do that.
I didn't know.
I had a friend in college that was all about it. He's like, and then like we went, and he was so excited.
Unsurprising. Oh man, what a bummer. All right, head jab's gone.
All right, take 4.
Take 4.
Call me in the morning.
Calling you in the morning.
Man, actually, pummel is making them discard when they don't expect it is
Crazy.
awful. That's
Super
awfully
good.
good. All right, and then this card will go in my arsenal, and I'll draw.
Arsenal. Hospitals got me sitting in the sewer. Okay. Flock of the Featherwalkers. 2 resources remain. Oh wait, I can't do that. Gotta read the card. Okay, all right, that's fine. It's fine, everything's fine.
Indeed.
All right, let's destroy the cross strap.
Mm-hmm.
Play the Featherwalkers. Reveal a Nimble Strike. It costs 1 or less.
Mm-hmm.
Create a Quicken token.
That was not max value.
No, it
I
wasn't.
could tell you were having a painful decision there.
Hate it. It's sealed. It can't be perfect, right? 4 damage attack coming at you.
No go again.
No go again. No again. Nick, you're on it.
Interesting.
Yes. Interesting. Yeah, AJ, I revealed it.
I won't block. Go ahead.
All right, you get 4. No funny business.
Just a quicken token.
Just a Quicken token.
I like that.
All right. Over to you, Keith.
Yeah. Let's play an energy potion.
Oh. Well.
Not in a rush.
Let's just think about this a little bit. Let's just think about this. Quicken token is in. So we could do this the hard way. Well, what a weird Wellikers. Look at this. Ninja is hard. I don't want the Quicken right now.
You could just not attack.
Cool.
You can Kadachi.
Get a little 1 jab. Okay.
On the little camera, you're off screen when you lean back like that. It was literally, I looked over and he was ghosted.
Rising Knee Thrust. Yellow. Has go again because of Quicken.
Okay.
2 damage coming at you.
Really? Block for 2.
Let's think about this for a second.
Do.
Okay. All right. Let's think about this here.
This here?
That's good. We can resolve that. No reactions,
We chill.
etc. Keep this chain going. All All right, then let's do scar for a scar red here. Well, 4 damage. Less health than you. It also has go again.
Pass.
Pass as well. Let's do a little Kodachi there. Pitch a yellow with 0 cost. Has go again.
Take
for
one.
1. Let's do a little Kodachi for 1 there.
Take one.
Let's pitch for a red flock of the Featherwalkers to finish it off for 5. Get that quicken token back.
Let's block for 5.
You did it.
Thanks
Oh, I
reveal a
can't do
card to
that. Ah!
Put it in your arsenal.
How many times? How many times? Yeah, I'll just put it in my arsenal. Don't think about
I won't
it.
block for 5.
Just don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't block anything. Back to you. I'm beginning to think I need more 0 cost cards.
Ninja, the secret.
Mhm.
I'm going to play a time snap potion.
Oh my gosh, he's just potions.
At long last.
All right. Let's do Surging Strike for 2. Pay for it with a blue Rising Ether. It's that red Surging Strike.
Hitting for 5, eh?
Hitting for 5. Just 5.
I kind of want to stop this.
Nah. Nah. What's it gonna do?
Let's block for 4.
Okay. Pass reactions.
I'll pass. Take 1.
Take 1. I got this effect here. After a card hits, discard a 0 cost. I'm going to do this, but I'm not sure that it's what I want to do. So let me just take a look. Yeah. Sure. I'll do that. I'm going to get old Whelming Gust Wave. That's my second little combo piece there. See how that does. All right. Cha. Cha-cha-cha. Whelming Gust Wave. 2 damage because Surging Strike is the last in the chain and it has go again. If it hits, I draw a card.
Take 2.
Drawing a card.
It's not pretty.
Kodachi for 1. Let's go again.
Take it.
Kodachi for 1.
Take it.
Flight of the Featherwalkers. Reveal the cost 0 in hand. Bluster Fist yellow. 5 damage.
Well,
Time for choosing.
All right, we'll take it.
Oh, I've got a reaction. I'm gonna destroy this to give it go again.
Mm-hmm. Take it.
Zero cost Fluster Fist with go again. Because I gotta destroy this Quicken token.
Mm-hmm. For how many?
3.
I gotta block that.
You must have
Block it.
have a tasty brute hand there, bro.
Not anymore.
All right. Katsu is unstoppable now.
I'm losing hard.
You're doomed. One. Gotta block them all. Oops, just drew 6.
Why not?
That's a clever move. Let's just see what's coming.
Okay, well, let's do this. I'm gonna swing with my club for 4.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking 4. Does he have reactions?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Let's swing for 1.
It's not good.
It's over, bun.
Another block. All right.
Take it home. Kodachi.
Block.
Surging Strike. With Yellow Scour the Battlescape.
Block for 4.
I've got a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
+1.
I'm dead. Let's try that again. That was bad.
Just like Marvel Champions, except I'm the one wrecking, not the villain.
Well, some say those are the same.
Anybody, take a look. Freeze your screens. You're witnessing the greatest Flesh and Blood player of all time. He's unstoppable.
Mm-hmm. So against a Katsu, you definitely don't want to be on 1 health.
You want to be on 1.
It's a problem. Oh, apparently you can't get +1 with scales. It's only cards with combo on it.
You didn't have combo on it?
I don't know what we're using.
It was that yellow card. It's a ninja card. It says it's all fancy and stuff. Looked like it would have combo on it. Surging Strike. No, it doesn't. But it is a part of a combo.
This is the pre-combo.
I had more cards.
Fine. Even Steven. I saw that. Even with you. See, Dima says, Zach's playing FMV, Flesh and Blood Intramural. So
It's fun.
You're first, again. Now I'm going to have to really play.
Oh yeah, now I'm gonna start playing. You want me to take this seriously? Oh, so should I start playing for real? Your brothers ever do that? In like video games?
Oh, yeah,
All
definitely.
the time. Right?
time.
Of course. Oh, you want me to start playing for real? Okay. Push me down.
Just for narrators aside. In fact, this was the moment where Steven's fate turned. It's like we were playing Champions on Monday, and like things felt really good. I was like, man, we're way ahead, and then we lost that turn.
Yeah.
Remember? Because it was like,
Oops.
advance, advance, advance. All right, we lose.
Yeah. Okay, I might have some goods here. So it's going to take a second. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here comes a head jab. 0 cost. Go again. Red.
Really?
Cool, cool, cool.
Block for 3.
Hmm. Okay, okay, okay. Cool, 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 cool. Let's open the center. Cost me 2.
Block for 3.
It has +1. Go again and dominate.
Oh, block for 3 and a helmet.
All right, take nothing.
Not today, Wooly. The line of the sand's here.
Kodachi would go again.
For 1.
Mm-hmm.
Block for 2.
He's looking for that mulligan. Dad delivered.
My man. Am I good to draw back up?
Into the arsenal.
All
yeah.
right. Someone's looking for that mulligan. We're on the verge of greatness here.
That's usually where you like to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If I do that.
Man, I got the goods here, man.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, push it.
I'm gonna play red Flock of the Featherwalkers.
You gonna reveal something?
Or I'm gonna reveal a red Awakening Bellow.
Wow, good card. All right, you can create that Quicken token, and then I'm gonna think about my life here for a second.
I have 2 open resources, mind you.
What for? Why you have that?
I just used a blue to pay 1.
Okay. You gonna play stuff with them though?
Maybe. Nick Murphy says, I truly cannot thank you guys enough for getting me into this game back in July. The best TCG I've ever played. Well, happy to do it. This game's fantastic.
All right. A casual 5 there. It's no big deal. Oh, I don't even have any life.
I win.
No wait. Judge.
I am a Flesh and Blood god. I won before it started. Which half of my deck should I beat you with? Take a turn. Take another.
Man. What a weird thing. You don't want jump. All right. Block with 2 and 3. No less. Take 2, unless you got reactions.
I do have
Look
a
through the
reaction.
collection. And
That's a Quicken token is what I'm getting.
you don't have that pummel, do you? Don't pummel me. I need these cards.
No, I'm going to use Snapdragon Scalers to go again on that.
Okay.
Take 2.
You did it. Yeah. Now your next thing gets go again.
My next thing does get go again.
Cool.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So we're going to use my... wait, hold on. I might just go crazy here.
Bugger Lugs, okay, TC, I'm in. Hey, Bugger, what do you think about that Skytear solo? You excited about that? I'm amped about it. I'm going to play it maybe tonight. Probably not, though. I'm busy. But I want to. First Ira intro games played today. Welcome to Rathe Box arrived in the post. I'm here for it live, and I'm catching up on your content. I'll take as much Flesh and Blood as I can stay awake for. That's fantastic. We've got tons. Week after week. You've arrived at the pinnacle of our play.
How many cards are in your hand?
3. Can I resolve this?
You can get rid of yours, sure. Mine has to stay there, though.
Yeah. We've got a chain to build. Jim, that's right. Drafting, you use Young Heroes. Draft and sealed. Aaron, you're right. Skytear Solo, yes. There's a beta version out. You go to the website, click on the drop-down, Solo. You can try it out. It looks awesome. There's a full Skytear, like Journeys or Adventures or something coming next year. But this is kind of the early beta process. They said it was good enough to push out.
Let's
to
just
people.
go. Heart and Cross Trap.
Oh my gosh.
My next attack's -2.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to play a yellow Breakneck Battery. Because there's no cost, I have to discard a card. And it won't trigger anything. It would be great if it did. But this gets destroyed, so it has to go again. 5 damage attack.
And then you gotta swing with the club, huh?
You got it. And this gets... No, it doesn't.
Well, this man's taken 5.
Take it. Swing with the club for 4.
He's taken 4.
Oh,
It's one
excellent.
brute swing away from losing. Cool. Cool. Red Nimblism, red.
What?
Next attack action with cost 1 or less you play this turn gains +3. Good?
Sure.
+3. Then we got a Nimble Strike. I have 2 left over. Nimblism gonna get banished. You're out of the game.
So you get an extra +1 and go again.
That's right. So I am currently at an 8 with go again.
Well, that's block. 6 of it.
Good.
Take 2.
Kodachi coming in.
Take 1.
Kodachi coming in.
Take 1.
Room.
Room. My turn.
Your turn.
I'm
potion.
just gonna play an energy potion and put a card in arsenal. Don't mind me.
A very civilized turn, if you ask me.
Reinar is preparing for the flex.
Okay. All right. Let's go. What's down here? Is now the time? Is now the time?
Don't mind me.
Surely not. Surely not, right? Don't call me Shirley. Sure. Let's get going. Heart and Cross Trap. Surging Strike for free. Go again. It's yellow. Thank you, Zach. Call of Discovery. Now is always the time, apparently. Then I need to get on it. Bugger Legs, oh boy, Skytear Solo is going to be great. Exactly what I need for rainy weeks on the approach to Christmas. So true. By the way, the community-led Skytear Paint Contest poll is up to vote for the winner, and those entries look phenomenal.
I will pass.
Okie dokie. I will also pass.
Take 4.
Take
Call me in the
4.
morning.
And use Katsu's ability. Rising Knee Thrust Blue is going out. And let's see what we want to do here. Let me just search through my deck real quick.
Snap.
So I don't really have a good Whelming Gust Wave here. Although I could. I really could. Or, we could go here. Don't worry about it.
I'm not concerned.
I know. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. That's good for me. 1. Yeah. I want this one.
Ryan Roper saying, after your painting streams last week, I finally took the plunge and finished assembling and started painting my Crisis Protocol models. It's still terrifying, but they don't look awful.
It is terrifying, and it's amazing how not awful they can look.
Yeah, it can get worse.
Okay. Then we play a Rising Knee Thrust. Two damage. Coming at you.
Pass.
Okay. First reaction. Pop the old Snapdragon Scalers to give it go again.
Pass.
Pass.
Take 2.
Take 2. Call me in the morning. Blackout Kick for 1. Blue Nimblism is going to pay for that. 2 left over. Correct on the text, so it is a 5 damage attack coming in.
With the double Kodachi coming at me.
Does not have go again.
Okay, I'll take 5.
Currently. But it will.
No!
First reaction, Razor Reflex. Attack action cost with 1 or less is +3, and if it hits, it gains go again.
Take it.
8.
Ouch. Not good.
Kodachi for 1. Oh, wait. Hold on. I should do this. Also give it +1 here.
Oh, no. Okay, cool.
Kodachi for 1.
Mm-hmm.
You said you weren't supposed to do this.
I know. It's bad.
What happened? Too weak.
I'll block for 2.
You did it.
Fine?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well.
I'm naked now.
How does this go well? One way. I have to put on some serious heat here.
Time to pour the gas on the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Brute can do it. You got an energy potion. This is the moment. Reiner's been waiting for this his whole life. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got. Man, it really feels like a card game once you understand it. Cool, Ryan. So Crisis Protocol streaming today. It looks like Atomic Mass. She-Hulk's going to be the leader of the A-Force affiliation.
Nice. I have no idea what that means,
Me neither.
but that's cool.
Stuff, probably.
I needed that not to happen. It's definitely comic book stuff. Be funny if they're just making it up. 4 cards in hand.
4 cards in hand. Clean sweep.
Mm-hmm.
Chat believes in you. They're not saying it, but I know everybody believes. I can see it. I can see it out there in cyberspace. It's so strange, everybody. I mean, we're here. It's essentially a dark room with lights on. Cameras up there. Cameras over there. Audio device there. Cloud lifter. Fancy mics here, which we're not using. Got chat pulled up over there. I've got chat pulled up on my phone. Nobody's in the office. You can barely see outside through a window. See an exit sign. It's kind of a standard weird office. Ceiling panels, fluorescent lighting. That's not on. Computers over there. Nobody's here except us. And yet there are so many people. There's so many people out there watching. Very strange feeling. Really strange. I feel like I know all of you more intimately than many of my actual flesh friends.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you should say that out loud. Hey, you want to be my flesh friend? Probably not.
All right, well,
A-Force is an all-female Avenger team.
nice.
She-Hulk,
That's really
Wasp,
cool.
Captain Marvel, Spider-Woman, Scarlet Witch, Rogue Storm. Wow, they're all busted. That'd be impossible to beat.
That does sound awesome.
Jakovich says you're not having any of it. How many times can one person read 3 cards and realize that they are destined to lose this game?
There's a lot of ways to combine this that actually work.
Yeah, we'll be flesh and blood friends. That is way more acceptable, Nick. Hot Water's got it right. Hello, fellow humans. I also have many flesh friends. Let's go to the movies.
Okay.
Biscotti out. There's probably more people watching the Fortnite live event. Just a few more, though. 5, 10 more, maybe.
I'm going to swing on my hammer for 4.
You gonna make me discard a card?
Maybe.
Block for 2. Yeah, Ryan, you're right. 4 cards and infinite possibilities. It's scary how deep Flesh and Blood goes with so few options. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Let's pop a potion. Pummel. Make it an 8.
Make it an 8 and then discard a card, right?
Nope. Only on attack.
just on,
action
okay.
cards, yeah.
No reactions?
Take 6.
Yeepers. Okay. I'm in the end game now.
Am I right?
What is this doing? All right. Kodachi. One coming at you. Go again.
I'll block with nothing.
Pass.
Red Sigil of Solace.
Just lose. Ah.
Take 1.
Razor reflex. Yeah, take 1. Kodachi.
Take it. I'm afraid no ghost.
Red Flock of the Featherwalkers. 5 at you.
Five is a lot.
Five is a lot.
Black with 6.
Oh, Flock does have an added cost, and I can honor it here.
Black with 6.
You did it. This goes in Arsenal.
Mine?
Yep.
Well, swing of the club.
Mm-hmm. I see. I see. How many cards in hand? How many in arsenal?
1 with 1 floating resource.
You keep your board arranged like a weird.
That's my only hope.
3 of these are destroyed equipment, and 1 of them is the arsenal. You must decide. Okay. Can I even win this? Is the that's what we're working on here. Mm-hmm. 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 Block with a 3.
Take 1.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Interesting quicken. I can't poke as well as I'd like to.
You can actually poke extraordinarily well with just the swords.
Yeah, just swording it. But then I waste a quicken token.
Can't have that.
We cannot. I'm sorry, but we cannot do that, okay?
Pardon me, sir.
Bizcoda, we answered that question. Did we? Did we officially answer it?
I mean, I think the strategy is more critical in Ashes. There's more tactics involved in Flesh and Blood to me. Take that how you will.
Rise and Need Thrust from Arsenal, yellow. Quick and destroyed, it has to go again.
This is for 2.
For 2.
2.
Fortuna.
Block for 2.
Okay. Blackout kick for 7. 1 left over.
7?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Got some kicks.
Like
Like Jean-Claude over here.
block. That's bad either way. Block for 6.
Pass.
Take 1.
1 in the arsenal.
Pass. Let's actually swing with a hammer for 4.
Clubbing.
I gotta make you do that.
We were clubbing.
That's so bad. I'll tell you why in a minute.
Swing for block for 3.
Take 1.
You know it.
Down to 1. Hopefully I don't have one of those block and do 1 cards.
Well, you're not playing warrior. Okay. Kodachi.
For Un. Block for 2.
Kodachi.
Block for 3.
Head jab. Red. Go again.
Block for 3.
React. +1. Draw a card.
Oh! You know why it was so bad? Why is that? Because I had a card in my arsenal, Savage Swing, that has an additional cost. You have to discard a card.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to pay for it and discard a card.
It's stuck there forever.
And you have enough attacks that I can never have 2 cards in my hand on my turn.
Yeah.
So I can't even build anything. I just have to die.
You just have to lose. Ah!
Yeah, the gauntlet has no armor.
Well, what can you say?
I mean, I think I don't know. If I played that match a lot, I don't know how often I would win it with this deck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's just the reality.
Yeah.
It hurts.
I mean, this may be the greatest Ninja Seal deck of all time. I'm serious.
Of ever.
I got the
You
three.
had a ton of Ninja cards.
I got the 3 super secret things. I've got like 17 kicks in that deck.
Yeah.
And even that Majestic that we just ended with. That's an incredible card.
Ancestral Empowerment.
Whew. Yeah.
Yeah, +1.
0 cost
And
+1
draw a
and it
card.
replaces itself. It's just
really
like,
good.
well, that's going to allow your stuff to hit. It's all at 3, and then you can go search with Katsu. It's like, it's so good.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
It's so good. Shall we zoom out a little
Cat. Yeah, no, that was
up,
really
everybody?
good. I feel like that was the first seal was I felt decent about that. You were just smoking me, but the second I didn't have a lot of great paths because like my Doranthia pool was not great and my Ninja pool was definitely not great.
I had a heater Ninja pool at that time.
But Rhino wasn't bad, but I did not feel great about it. It's like I basically had not enough 6 damage attacks. Like I had some.
Yeah. Not quite enough.
Yeah.
You look like you've been dragged through the mud, man.
It was rough couple days.
First by Kang,
I got Kanged, and then I got
and then by your buddy
Katsu'd.
Steven.
Katsu'd and Bravo'd, I guess.
You get spared ashes tomorrow at least.
That's right. And then we get to play Destiny on Thursday. So it's really all
Slap,
building
slap,
to that.
slap.
If you beat me at Destiny a lot, that's the end.
Every game,
I'm
just
not-
like tables.
Yeah, if that happens, I'm just gonna not show up Friday for Arkham.
Your character would just die first turn
it's
for
like Zach-
somehow.
Yeah,
Zach
we'll
lost
see.
20
It could just
sanity.
be that week. It happens occasionally.
What's up, Tom? It's great to hang out with you too. Glad to see your name in the chat again. It's fantastic. That's right, Ryan. Wearing your boots on your head is really what makes it happen. I have to agree. You know, the wild thing about Flesh and Blood, if I think about the way that I'm approaching the game now, I had no idea what I was doing the first month.
Yeah.
I didn't even know how much I was doing wrong. It was like beyond Dunning-Kruger. I didn't even know how much I didn't know to know how much I didn't know about how much I should have known about how to play the game. I mean, it was just spirals of ignorance
I'm with
early
you.
on. This game is not obvious at the very beginning.
Well, I think it's obvious, like a game I used to compare it to, and it's not the same at all, but this one piece of it is. It reminds me of the Star Wars LCG, where like early on, someone just asked, Frank was asking that basically every card can defend doesn't just make it mostly samey.
Makes it totally crazy. Every hand
So-
is a beautiful puzzle.
It reminds me of the Star Wars LCG in that like when you first start playing, and same with Champions too, it's like you can maximize that moment, but eventually you realize that you can defend for 12 every round, typically with 4 cards in your hand. And so you basically have to find a way around your opponent, and like you have to outmaneuver them in the early game to create a winnable situation at the end. And once you start seeing the longer term of it, you start taking a lot different plays where, you know, maybe my max damage this turn was 7, but like I will not do any damage at all to try to maximize 2 turns from now.
Yeah, you carry 1 or 2 cards with you, depending on what you have in your arsenal and what you're trying to set up. Sometimes you block with cards just essentially to get them out of hand so that your next turn you're going to draw up. The whole thing is there's so much more going on when you see Flesh and Blood being played at a decent level. There's so much more going on than what it looks like. Like, if you just had hands reveal, which maybe we'll play like this next time, you reveal the hands, and then if you're watching and you're like, okay, here's what I would do. If you're just getting started, it will be wrong a great majority of the time. Like, that's the way that I felt, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I wasn't even able to think about the next turn, let alone 2 to 3 turns from then, and whether I should carry that yellow Rising Knee Thrust because it's a 0 cost yellow to get me 2 Kodachis on the regular. It's like, I might need that, 3 turns from now. It's incredible. It's really amazing.
And I
A
think
truly tempo-driven game.
it is absolutely about tempo.
Like-
I also think like they pulled back, if you were designing something, it's basically as simple as it can be without losing any of the nuance.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
the,
it's
the
like-
meaningful decisions are all still there, but they took everything away that could possibly get in the way. I imagine there were iterations of this game that were a lot more complex.
Mm-hmm.
and it's really cool to see. So that's a fine line to hit, right? Because like if you go one step too far, it's too simple. And then if you don't get there, then you're just like most every other game, which is like there's weird complexities and like some
gotta have
heavy
that
things, and you
FAQ,
gotta
you know.
design around it and ban and restrict cards and stuff. But like, it does feel like they're currently at least living in that zone,
Yeah.
which is a special place for a game to be.
Yeah, it's great. And now a lot of games start here and then they get bad. Basically, not bad, but we've done the How to Run a Game series. They stack on complexity and they stack on weird things, and they try to design for the 5% of players that are playing at a super, super crazy, like intricate level, and they lose the rest of us. And so we'll see if that happens. It sounds like with everything I know about Monarch, which is almost nothing, but the conceptual idea behind the set and what James has talked about and the various hints that have come along, it seems like it's not all about adding new mechanic after new mechanic, but rather kind of expanding the ability for your collection to do more than it currently is.
Yeah.
And anytime you can do that in a card game and say, like, I get to revisit all of these cards that I had said, I never need this yellow, like, wounding blow, you get to go back in and say, actually, now this card is very relevant. That's a really cool thing. So I hope they pull that off.
Well, I feel like so far what we've seen, even if you look at Crucible, and this is a good sign of it, which is I think a lot of designers get into that situation because they need to keep designing things that are interesting and exciting to keep people engaged instead of continuing to explore the fundamentals of what's good about your game. And so like just the recognition that it doesn't feel like set 3 had to include obscenely more powerful cards for people to be excited about it.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be a telltale sign of Monarch, which is, are the cards still fundamentally Flesh and Blood cards as we know it right now? Or are they having to go crazy with it to keep excitement? I don't expect that at all. But I think that's what, like, I remember in Destiny, set 3 particularly, was just like, oh, these cards are insane to keep people engaged with it.
Yeah.
Instead of just continuing to do what it did well.
That's it. It's you also have that hero mechanic, and Destiny had this, and I don't think they flexed quite as hard as they could have, but because you can introduce new heroes, you know, like you can always have people reimagine what is worthwhile in their collection. Like the moment that somebody comes out and says like every card with wounding in the title gets this, it's like, well, now all these wounding blows are really important. And so you do have a lever that's very easy to just say, here's somebody who interacts with combo cards. And,
Sure.
and as long as they're like aware of like crush, for instance, with buckling blow here, it's like there could be a guardian that is just about crushing. And any card that says crush, you know, that something
It's
happens.
super good, yeah.
So you've got so many levers to pull. And James, you know, we talked to him on the podcast and really talked about baking those in to the experience and being very aware of how to maintain the long-term health of a game before you even launch it. And having those kinds of design levers to pull is really important.
I think the fact that there's a lot of maturity shown, right? Where it's like he was talking about Monarch was kind of where they actually had the game fully realized and they stepped it back.
Mm-hmm. That just drives me insane almost to
Yeah,
think about.
and like I like that. I assume if you were at that point, you probably had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cards designed, which is I don't think a lot of games do that.
Mm-hmm.
They'll design like the core set, the first set or two, and then that's when they're launching. But like to have maybe 3-4 years of cards designed, which is super cool, because then it's like depending on what the meta is doing, you can choose which cards go in which set a little bit. Which is I would love to be a fly on the wall for those conversations.
Yeah, sprinkle as needed to keep the metagame healthy. Very cool. And no rotation. I mean, like if they actually pull that off, that is enough of a market differentiator for this game to see it sail to the top.
Yeah.
Like if you can pull it off. Now a lot of people talk about it and then things happen.
I think the way they're going about it is pretty cool. The whole class, most cards are class cards, and then heroes rotate out at some point. It's like the ability to design a hero for a class of cards, knowing that the previous hero was like good enough to win too many events.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
powerful. Isn't it?
And then if you design a hero that's not good enough, right? Then in a set or two, you just give that class another hero. It's like if Guardian's not showing up, it's like, all right, well, we need to give them a hero that can show up.
Yep. Yeah, you can
That's
do it.
so cool.
You can really do it. They have so many relief valves. Anybody watching that doesn't know, we've got these products on our website, 20% off most of them. We've also got the subscription. That's really the flagship offering for us for Flesh and Blood, because we worked with Legend Story to get an exclusive promo that goes out with all of the boxes that we send out through our subscription service. So if you don't know about that, I mean, a subscription is basically what it sounds like. You click a button, it costs you nothing, and then 2 weeks before the next set of Flesh and Blood comes out, we charge whatever payment you saved on file, and then we ship you however many boxes you wanted. And that will continue to happen until you cancel. And you'll get an exclusive promo in every one of those. And this time it's going to be from Monarch itself, and it's going to be the only way to get that card. So we've seen, actually, I mean, the value is ridiculous. Like,
Those scarf for
I'm trying to figure out if I want to jump in on this as a personal human being, because, like, you know, people talking about these exclusive promos being so popular and so valuable on the aftermarket. It's like, well, that's kind of reason enough to jump in for me. And then it's like, I get the cards and I can maybe just sell those if I don't want them. Or if they're the Monarch cards, it's like, well, maybe I'm just going to keep them, because you know they're going to be beautiful. We're working right now to try to find out what that card is and make sure that all that's moving along smoothly. So I'm really excited to see the first image of that one.
Yeah,
It's like,
the next promo.
not only do we get to see like what the promo is going to be, but we get a taste of like what is a Monarch card going to be. And so who knows what it could do.
Yeah,
You know? I
I'm
get
excited.
CLO
Yeah,
early.
it's I'd say it's going to be a hard time if you're watching this live. It might be a hard time right now to find product. Monarch is a great place to start, and then if you can hunt down unlimited boxes of either the first two sets, Welcome to Rathe or Arcane Rising, those would be great places to start.
And we expect more Arcane Rising to show up anytime.
Yep.
For us. Like,
And then,
we have some that is owed to us that's on the way at some point.
I believe that the unlimited waves of the first two sets are also supposed to just keep waving in. So if you see it out of stock on the site, sign up for the wait list and you'll get an email when we have it. But that should be happening all over the world as well. You just keep seeing that supply happening, which is a necessary. You have to have access to product. Otherwise, the games like this fall apart.
And you should know, the last thing I'll say, and this is not just to pitch forever, but we do have a cap on that subscription. Like, we worked with LSS to say, like, here's how many. And we're actually approaching that cap pretty quickly. So if you are on the fence about signing up or maybe upping your quantities, I saw Ryan, you were thinking about maybe upping your quantities. I think it was you, Ryan, wasn't it? Yeah. So if you want to do that,
Sooner than later.
I would suggest doing it now. You can always bump down, or you can always cancel, you know, but it's going to cap here at some point, probably.
I mean,
At the current like rate
we're
of
fast approaching
growth,
it, having
so-
seen nothing about Monarch.
Yeah, and I think once that happens, right, it's just going to be like a feeding frenzy probably. People get super excited right before a product's released.
If spoiler season goes for Monarch anything like it did for Crucible, and I assume it would only be more because they've been talking about Monarch like it's the thing. It will happen at some point,
Yeah.
and there will be a lot of people not super happy.
Wild stuff. All right, well, hey, thanks for joining us, everybody.
It was
We're so glad to have you and to be here with
it was
you.
great. We'll be back next week with Flesh and Blood on Tuesday, I believe. So we'll see you then.
Tuesday. Yes.